Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Random show back again. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me know in the stream chat if you can see and hear me, please. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm here, I'm live, I'm ready to go. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Apologies for the delay. You know how it is. Apologies for the delay. Apologies for the delay. Apologies. But yeah, I'm good. I kind of broke my back, but we're back again. All right, man broke his back, but we're back again. Back again. Let me give this fucking webcam a little clean. Quickly. We're back. We are back. Yeah, that's better. That's a bit better. We are back. What's going on, people? What's going on? We're here. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I came back from the gym and you know how it is. Getting ready and stuff is a bit late, but hey, we're here. Apologies for the delay. But we're here. Apologies for the delay, but we're here. We're here. What's going on, people? What's going on, Quasar? What is it? Fuzzy? What's fuzzy? Oh shit, is it fuzzy? What's going on? The audio's fuzzy, you're saying? Let me see it. Let me double check here. Is it fuzzy? Let me listen to it on myself. I didn't audio monitoring only. Let's see. Let me see. What can I do for the hiss again? Oh, I haven't got my fucking thing set up on here properly. Is it compressor? Let's delete that. Let's delete the I think it's noise suppression was the one I needed, isn't it? I think it's noise suppression, not compressor. Let's see. Cool. I think that works. How about that? Is the hiss gone? Let me know. Is the hiss gone? Let me know. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Niggity knock. Yes. Let's go. Can you hear me? Is that better? Yes. Okay, cool. Big up Coiler, big up Chris Mack, big up everybody in the stream chat. Wow, yes. Thank you for sorting it out for me. Appreciate you. Cool. Little bit of a new setup and big up the flipping Dettol as well. Big up the Dettol to clean the flipping inbuilt webcam as well. Big up the Dettol and big up the CUM rag. Let's flipping go. Oh god, apologies for the delay, people. Apologies for the delay. But yeah, man. Apologies for the delay. Okay. As in Big Nation, big up. Yo, big up my girl Nikki HSG. Look, I want to do as many collabs as possible, bruh. I'm up for all of it. I just don't have the computer at the moment. Once I get this computer rolling, we're gonna do everything. I promise you. Right now, I can just about like my CPU is at 30%. Right about, I could just about hardly stream myself. That time I tried to open Discord on live stream. Big up the people that were here back in the day. The time I tried to open Discord on here while I was streaming, absolutely insane. So as soon as I get this flipping Mac Mini. We're going. It's on top. We're going. All right. As soon as I get this Mac Mini, we are going. I promise you, we are going. I've got so many flipping little fucking stream ideas and collabs I want to do, but at the moment, until I get that flipping Mac Mini, like even now, encoding overload. See, I got a little bit encoding overload there. A little encoding overload already. God almighty. Absolutely insane. So as soon as this Mac Mini comes, I promise you, we will be doing loads more. Yo, big up Engine Ranger, appreciate you. Sorry, I didn't put the thing on. Apologies. I'll have to rewind this. 1 second, Engine Ranger. Oh no, it's working. Okay, cool. Let me do audio. There we go.
Immediate question: is the thumbnail real, bro? Or
Nah, the thumbnail's not real. The thumbnail's not real. It's not mine either. I'm not gonna take credit for it. It's not mine either. It's not real. It's not mine. It's from the Fighting the Kids subreddit. I think I've got it up here actually. Let's just go with that straight away. So big up Angel Ranger, appreciate you, brother. So yeah, big up Nikki HSG and anybody else you guys think I should, you know, collaborate with, link them to me in it. But once I get this flipping Mac Mini, we're gonna get going. We're gonna get going. Honestly, we're gonna get going. I promise you, we're gonna get going, and it's gonna be a blast. I promise you. But anyway, let's roll on. Let's roll into this flipping thing. Let's not take any more time because I wasted enough of you guys' time. Let's just get into it straight away, right? So as we continue here, we're gonna show you. Let me get you to the video that NJ Ranger mentioned, which he's not sure if it's real or not. Oh, the computer's gonna go mad. I got an encoding error already. Yo, big up Abe Martinez. Big up Abe Martinez. Well, go on.
Hope your black eggplant was getting the walk too.
You see what I mean? It's all a bit tetchy. big up Abe Martinez. You're an absolute idiot, but big up you. Big up you. You're black eggplant. Oh, anyway, let me just quickly get through this. Bear with me 1 second here, because I can already hear the computer humming. So let me just get through these tabs, and then we're gonna continue on. All right. So where is this fucking thing? I want to show you guys. Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Where is it? Don't worry, Abe Martinez. We're all idiots here. That's why we're all friends. That's why we're all friends. That's why we find kinship amongst each other on these dumb streams, because we're all dumb idiots. That's what we are. Okay, cool. Anyways, let's go. So first things first. NJ Ranger wanted to see it, so I'm going to show you guys it. Hopefully this works. On the screen. Oh, okay, cool. Display capture. Yes. Okay, we're back. It's a little bit stretched, but it works. So let me go over here. This is the post. We got the person that posted it. This is an incredible AI. AI is so incredible. Big up Blood Clot AI, because this shit looks real. Look at this. Big up AI. Look at this. Jesus Christ. Got milk? Look at that. It actually looks legit, doesn't it? It actually looks legit. That's where the screen grab came from, if you're wondering. It actually looks legit. Yo, I don't want anyone to get a hold of this AI stuff and start doing some mad things with Sanas. Don't do it, because that stuff depending what country you're in, that stuff is illegal. That could get you in some serious problems, because I know there's some people in the chat here. I'm looking at you, Chris Rizze, if you're about, and somebody else. I'm looking at some of you guys in the chat. I don't trust you with AI software, so please leave this stuff to the professionals. Don't start doing some mad things, because I know some of you mofos who have a little bit of a sweet spot for the old Sanas. Chill. Okay? Chill. That's all I got to say. Chill. Look at that. Look at that. God almighty. What the flip is going on? Oh my god. I don't know, man. There are some times where I'm like Myron, right? But there are some times where I'm like Myron, and I feel like I wish I could be white, man, because sometimes the things you Caucasian men get away with is crazy. I couldn't imagine ever going to like a work event with like one of my work colleagues, and she looks like Sainaz, and we're all like taking pictures, and my hand's wrapped around like the lower part of her back while she's wearing some like bra tube thing and tight. Like, good luck, mate. Good luck. Big up Sarlux.
Mini fund.
Yeah. Big up Sarlux for the mini fund. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Big up Sarlux, man. Every contribution counts to the mini fund. Big up Sarlux. Yeah, I couldn't imagine, man. Honestly, I swear to God, I wouldn't have a home to come back to. If I went to like a work event, or if I went to like a business trip, with a lady that looks like this, and I took pictures of her with together, and uploaded them on my flipping. I uploaded them on my fucking Instagram, and I tagged her, and she looked like Sainaz. I wouldn't have a home to go back to. Honestly, the locks would be changed, justifiably so. They'd have every right to change the locks. Don't come back here, please. Do not come back here. Wow, man, you guys have it lucky. You guys have it good, man. You guys have it good. That's for sure. You guys have it good. I think so. Anyway, maybe you guys don't agree, but I think so. Why can't I 1 second before we move on here? Hopefully this works. Oh, that's why. Damn. All right, cool. It's not. Let me just wait. Bear with me a second here. This is gonna be my new background. Hilarious. I want to play it one more time and play it one more time for people at the back. Look at that. Look at that. I love it too because it captures Bappa's weird look, right? It catches Bappa's weird look, weird walk. You know that weird walk that he's got, that way he walks like, like he's got a flipping broom up his ass. Like, it captures it perfectly. It's AI, but it captures his perfect weird walk. I flipping love it. So good, man. So good. God bless AI. God bless AI. God bless I. We love a good I. All right, cool. Let's continue. What? Big up Lisha Emmanuel. Would you recommend Ket? I don't recommend anything, man. All I recommend is prayers. I recommend prayers. I recommend the Holy Bible. I recommend charity. I recommend giving money to the homeless. I recommend wearing protection. I recommend paying back your friends. I recommend leaving a house party before you're told to leave. I recommend not walking up too close behind women late at night and leaving a bit of a gap. And if they look like they're uncomfortable crossing the road, I recommend, leaving your seat up for a woman who's heavily pregnant. What else I recommend? I recommend, not even offering to help somebody with a pram going up the stairs, just grabbing the thing and helping him anyway. I recommend all those things. I don't know about no ketamine. I don't know what KET stands for, Lisha Emmanuel, okay? I don't know what that is. I'm a God-fearing, respectable man trying to make a living, okay? That's what I am. I'm a working-class content creator. I'm a working-class immigrant content creator. No, I'm a working-class immigrant... I'm a working-class immigrant person of color, neurodivergent, content creator. So I hope I tick all the boxes. And if I keep doing heavy deadlifts, I might be disabled. All right, that should be a good one too. I'll be getting all the donuts if I come through in a chair. I'll be getting all the donuts. So people want to support me. Oh man, look, he's the cool black guy in the wheelchair, man. Yeah, they'd love it. People would love it. People would love to support the cool black guy in the wheelchair. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on from that one. So we did a bit of that. Big up flipping. Big up, what's her name? Big up Sainaz. Yeah, you know how it is, Andre. Judas is king all the time. Big up Chris Rizze. Of course, Chris Rizze popped his head up. Who would have guessed it? Big up Chris Rizze popping his head up. Who would have guessed it? Anyway, let's continue. We did a bit of that. We got a little bit of Sainaz out the way. I'm going to also close some of these flipping tabs because my computer's about to overheat in a minute, I think. It might end up exploding, but let's see if we can get this to roll. Bear with me 1 second here as we continue. Bish, bash, bosh. Let's get that flipping thing off the screen, and then we can roll. And as usual, if you're enjoying the show, you like what you see what you like, just make sure you like the stream. That's all I ask. That'd be greatly appreciated. Like the stream along the way. That would be greatly appreciated, my friends. Cool. Anyway, let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Let's go. Exit pages. Oh, God. bear with me a second here as this uploads. Okay, cool. Boom. We're done. We're ready to roll. We're ready to rock. Now we're ready to rock. So we got this going. Let's get this refreshed. Let's get my notifications up on here going. Yo, I took 15 exactly. Big up, Chris Rose. Big up. Yeah, I saw that, Chris Mack. Yeah, I saw that. I'll probably cover that tomorrow. I just saw that literally right now before I came on stream. Big up, Chris Mack. You see it, Rumble, yeah. I just saw that literally the other day. To be fair, he's done quite well for himself, innit? In terms of like avoiding being cancelled. And to be fair, I've always said on these streams anyway, I don't think you can get cancelled nowadays. I feel like the only way you can get cancelled now is if you're like an industry, not an industry plant, but if you came up through the industry. If you have your own fan base, it's literally impossible to get cancelled because your fans don't care, you know? Dr. Disrespect fans don't care, you know, if he cheats on his wife, if he's a piece of shit. They don't give a fuck. They like his content. And as I said plenty of times, and you guys can attest to this as well, you said it yourselves, you know, once you find your person, whoever that makes content that you enjoy, you're just going to stick with them because they're easy to listen to and put on in the background. You don't really give a crap about their personal life too much. You just want them to provide you with free content in the background. And Dr. Disrespect does that for his audience, you know? So, you know, no matter what he does, like legitimately, like it could come out that he diddled kids and I don't think it'd matter. Same with Mr. Beast. It would not matter. People that like those people are going to like them forever and ever. So I think, you know, mainstream media or like the general public trying to cancel these people is a waste of time. It's an absolute waste of time. If anything, it makes them bigger than what they are. And it gets the fan base to be even more emboldened and double down, you know? And kind of be like, no, this is my person. You're not going to make me not like them, you know? You kind of see the same thing happening a little bit with Trump, a little bit. The more people try to like make you not like him, the more people are like, no, that's my guy, you know? That kind of vibe. So it kind of is what it is. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go on to the topic that's kind of been on the timeline today that I just saw, and I'm sure most of you have seen it yourselves. It's regarding Drake. Oh, look at my flipping camera going crazy. It's regarding Drake suing. Let's see. Is it still going crazy? Is it still moving? Am I going? Oh, it's a bit shaky, but we're here. It's a bit shaky, but we're here. It's a bit shaky, but we're here. Okay, it's a bit shaky. So, let's go. So this is the one. So it says here, Drake accuses UMG. Okay, let me get on the screen. Sorry, I forgot to get on the screen. Apologies. I'm new to this. I'm not new to this. So look at this. Look at this new headline, bro. Drake accuses UMG and Spotify of scheme to artificially inflate Kendrick's Not Like Us. In a legal petition, the star's company accuses UMG of serious wrongdoing, a stunning twist months after his high-profile feud with Kendrick. Now, on paper, even me being a big Drake fan, this is kind of a bad look. On paper, right? Because you enter into a rap battle, you say some crazy things, you both fling out, I wouldn't say accusations, but you both fling out stuff about each other that may or may not be true. But that's the whole beauty of a rap battle. You don't know what's true, you don't know what's, you know, got a nugget of truth, big up flipping DSP, and you use those truths and half-truths and whatever they are to try and destroy your opponent. And I guess in this particular case, because maybe the battle was, I wouldn't say one-sided, but because it was so devastating, kind of, you know, like I felt like every time Drake dropped, Kendrick went like the extra mile to be super disrespectful, you know? Drake was being disrespectful, but Kendrick was like, no, I really don't like you. Like, here. I really don't like you. Here. You know, like he went like crazy. So even though I didn't like the tunes, I felt like Kendrick definitely had a lot more punch behind what he was saying. But with that being said, I think you should just leave it like it is, you know? It happened. Kendrick won the battle. I don't think the war was been won by either person. I think either person came out of it pretty victorious. But I feel like this particular lawsuit, even though I think the premise of it is correct, even though I think what Drake is getting at, it's not like he's suing Kendrick. He's suing UMG and Spotify for artificially inflating Kendrick's numbers and for kind of being behind some of the hate campaigns that was coming against him. And I guess there's proof behind it because there was some, let's be honest, there was some fugazi stuff going on with like Drake's videos getting disliked and stuff. Like, come on, that's not good. That's not reality. We all know Drake's videos don't get disliked. We all know that even though Not Like Us was a big tune, we could all tell that it was being pushed like the major, platforms were pushing a button. They had it on playlist. They had like glitches that was making you flipping go and listen to it straight away. Like they were doing some fugazi shit, which I feel like isn't necessary. I feel like it isn't necessary, personally. But I feel like if record labels, think about it, right? If record labels are putting money behind Kendrick's albums and singles, even though he's as big as he is, even though a lot of people love Kendrick Lamar, even though he's not even like that, like out there, social, no, media wise, he's got a big fan base. It hasn't really died. He hasn't really died off in any way, shape, or form. Performing live, he's probably one of the best, I think, of the current crop when he performs live. He's incredible, really, really incredible. Like I've seen videos of him performing live in Europe, and he fucking kills it. No fucking no MP3, just straight backing track, performing, choreography, visuals, like incredible. And sometimes he just stands there, and he's still got incredible stage presence. But it does show that streams aren't really worth much if they have to put money behind and press a button for Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, because that was an undeniable hit. That record comes on now, and I think on the internet, I think people killed Not Like Us on the internet. I think people ruined it. I think on the internet people ruined it. But when that drops in a dance, like I've heard it played in a club, that shit goes off. Those drums, that bass line, whew. On the internet people killed it. But when you hear it outside, god damn, that shit, boom, boom, boom. No, yeah, it's crazy. But like I said, it goes to show that streams aren't worth much if the record labels are having to artificially inflate people of Kendrick Lamar's level, Young old vibes. Destroy me. AZ only likes Drake because he makes house music. Like what? Why are you guys playing me like that, man? I'm not even like a glazer. I just like good music. Obviously Drake's my favorite, but I just love good music. You guys know me. I'm not a glazer, I don't think. As I wipe my mouth. I'm not a glazer, I promise. Let me smell your fingers. Yo, hey, yo. Anyway, let's read the article. Drake has initiated legal action against Universal Music Group, UMG, and Spotify over allegations that the two companies conspired to artificially inflate the popularity of Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. In a filing on Monday in Manhattan court, Drake's Frozen Moments LLC accuses UMG of an illegal scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to pump up Lamar's song, a track that savagely attacked Drake amid an ongoing feud between the two stars. UMG did not rely on chance or even on ordinary business practices. It instead launched a campaign to manipulate, saturate the streaming services and airwaves. You hear that? It launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services airwaves. I'm curious, right? Because this might be a landmark case. Because even though this case is probably going to be a big fat L on Drake's record, people are going to look at it like he's suing Kendrick when he's not, right? I understand. But in the end, we might get a lot more clarity as fans of music and people in the industry, whoever they are. We might get a lot more clarity in what the value of a single stream is. Because I still remember that iconic video clip of Snoop Dogg saying one time, like, he finally collected his royalties. Like, imagine Snoop Dogg, right? He finally collected his royalties from Spotify, and he said something like he only got like $1 million or something, and he has like billions of streams. He got like $1 million. Like he finally collected, like, he didn't collect it before. He got it. He got all these affairs in order, collected all these royalties from streaming platforms, and it only equaled up to $1 million. So if that's the case, it goes to show you why the incentive is there for record labels and streaming platforms to artificially pump up numbers of certain artists. Now, the dicey thing is here. I think it happens across the board. Drake's got to be careful, because it's likely if this does go to court and there's discovery, there might be proof or there might be evidence presented that Drake may have engaged in the same things himself. And I don't think it's even him doing it. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be you. Like, it doesn't have to be Kendrick doing the inflating. It could be Kendrick's record label. it could be his marketing company, it could be his social media team, it could be random people. Like I remember once, God bless the dead, right? God bless Virgil Abloh. But I remember once Virgil Abloh, when I on my Taz channel, it's not there anymore, but on my Taz channel, I had the original video of Virgil Abloh's lecture at one of those colleges that he did, the first one, the one that went viral, the one where he signed everyone's shoe at the end and they kept throwing shoes at him, right? I had that one uploaded on my YouTube account, and it was banging, right? It was getting mad views and shit, and it was doing pretty well on my channel because I remember I actually live streamed it. No, I actually watched it live. I think from like the Harvard channel or something, and before they even had the YouTube, and I managed to rip it and put it on my channel. And I think at the time it was the only video from that thing that was on YouTube, and it got a lot of views. So I do remember when Virgil was alive, at one point, I think before he got a Louis Vuitton job, he paid for views, because I remember waking up one day and just getting like 1 million views on that video out of nowhere. So clearly he paid for views on that video to kind of pump it up in order to kind of, make him look a certain way when he got the Louis Vuitton job. I think kind of everyone kind of does it, really. That's the long and short of it. So if that's the case, Drake is going to be in a bit of a spot of bother when they do discovery and shit, and it gets revealed that Drake is also engaged in some of this stuff, because I think it happens across the board. I don't think only Kendrick's doing it, but I think the fact that Kendrick is doing it is proof that the music industry is cack, bruh. It's cack. If Kendrick has to buy views and streams, Jesus Christ. Anyway, Drake's attorney accused UMG of violating the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, aka the RICO statute, often used in criminal cases against organized crime. They also alleged that deceptive business practices and false advertising under New York state law. The court filings are a remarkable twist in the high-profile beef between the two stars, which saw Drake and Lamar exchange stinging diss tracks over a period of months. And earlier this month, that such a dispute would spill into the business litigation seemed almost unthinkable. It also represents a stunning rift between Drake and UMG. Hear this out. This is the best part, where the star has spent his entire career, first through signing with Lil Wayne's Young Money imprint, which distributed by Republic Records, then by signing directly to Republic. Lamar, meanwhile, has also spent his time associated with UMG, first with TDE, which is distributed through Interscope, and more recently with his own company, PG Lang, which is licensed through Interscope. So Drake is literally suing his own record label in a way. Kind of wild. In technical terms, Monday's filing is not yet a full lawsuit, but so-called pre-action petition, a procedure under New York law that aims to secure information before filing a lawsuit. Parties named in the suit and the petitions will not necessarily be targeted in eventual lawsuit, and the allegations in Monday's filing seem more squarely aimed at UMG than Spotify. Spotify declined to comment on allegations and reached a billboard, and UMG did not immediately return request. Drake's attorney claimed that UMG carried out its scheme in a variety of ways, including charging Spotify vastly reduced licensing rates in exchange for the streamer recommendation to the song. In exchange for the streamer, let's say again, Drake's attorneys claim that UMG carried out its scheme in a variety of ways, including charging Spotify vastly reduced licensing rates in exchange for the streamer recommending the song to users who had searched for unrelated songs and artists. You see what I mean? This is a bit mad, bro. This is a bit mad, because Kendrick won that battle. Kendrick won that battle fair and square. And they still had to do this. This goes to show you the music industry is cack, my guy, cack. They also claim UMG paid influencers to boost the songs on social media and also hide armies of bots to fraudulently spike the numbers. Yo, big up Austin Casey. Wagwan. Big up Austin Casey. What would Tremaine do is hilarious.
What equals what would Tremaine Emery do?
What would Tremaine Emery do? He'd probably cry. big up Boston Casey. Let's continue. UMG conspired and paid with currently unknown parties to use bots to artificially inflate the spread of Not Like Us and deceive consumers into believing the song was more popular than it really was. Yeah, man, we all saw it, man. It was a little bit much, a little bit too much. The way it was getting pushed out, there was a little bit too much. We all saw it. Unfortunately, if you pointed it out, people would say you were a Drake stan, but the Fugazi stuff was a little bit uncomfortable. It was a little bit much to see in real life, to be honest. But hey, in one particular eye-catching claim, the petition claims that UMG paid Apple to have its voice assistant feature Siri purposely misdirect users to Kendrick's song. The industry fucking hates Drake, innit? They just paid him too much money. It makes sense though, in a way, innit? Because essentially, he's got one of those best deals ever, innit? What did he get, like 400 million recently or something like that? If we know something about record labels, they don't like giving people money. They don't like giving people the money that they're worth. And even 400 million probably isn't enough for someone like him, right? In terms of his number of streams and the catalog. Like, you think if he removes his catalog from those streaming platforms, how much they would suffer and stuff. So clearly, you know, they want to keep these people sweet, but they also don't want to pay them really. So, you know, they're going to do as much as they can to get the top dog off the spot, because that would drastically help them save a bunch of money. You would imagine. But again, what do I know? Online users reported that when users asked Siri to play the album Certified Lover Boy by Drake, Siri instead played Not Like Us. That's a good troll. I'm not gonna lie, that's a fucking good troll. Siri, play Certified Lover Boy. I fucking love it. Yo, big up Austin Casey, welcome. Thank you for being. Oh, what's this? Is in your name? Thank you for being a member, bro. I appreciate you. You're the best. You're the best. Hold on. Bloody hell. Cool. Let's continue. Why would UMG aggressively boost Lamar's song? Drake's lawyers said it was partially because the internal corporate dynamics at UMG and Interscope, where financial incentives for executives are largely based on specific UMG division, rather than the performance of UMG more generally. UMG schemes are motivated at least in part by a desire for executives at Interscope to maximize their own profits. So the profits of UMG are tied to people's bonuses. Fuck. Or the bonuses are tied to the profits. God damn. Executives at Interscope have been incentivized to maximize the financial success of Interscope through the promotion of Not Like Us and its revitalization of the impact of the artist's prior record catalog. Drake's attorneys say that he raised the issue with UMG before heading to court, but the music giant has no interest in taking responsibility for the misconduct. To the contrary, he claims UMG actively tried to conceal this wrongdoing, including by firing staffers perceived as having loyalty to Drake. Oh my God. This is probably why he's filing a lawsuit. He was probably getting fed information by people that work there about what was going on. Confidentially. This is crazy. Honestly, the music industry is full of so many crooks and scammers, isn't it? Like, honestly. Everybody's trying to get a leg over. I was talking to a DJ actually about it the other day, about the industry in general. And I was saying to her, like, you have to go into the industry, you can't give anyone a benefit of the doubt, you know? You can't give anybody the benefit of the doubt. You have to think everybody is trying to fuck you over. From your manager to your agent to the people that work at the record label. You have to imagine everybody's trying to fuck you over. You can't give anybody benefit of the doubt. People have to earn your trust. Which probably now explains, if I think about it, I get why people just surround themselves with their friends. Even though it doesn't work out. In the industry, people sometimes come up with their friends, they give their friends jobs, or you be my road manager, you could be my agent, you can be my assistant, and they put them on salary, because it's better to just have people that you know around you. It can sometimes, you know, turn to shit, but you'd rather have people that you know around you than have some guy called, I don't know, Ian, that you don't even know, some guy called Dean, David, you know, Andrew, some random dude you don't know, taking money out of your pocket because he got you on some fucking horrible deal. Or because he's lying about the money that you're making on streams, or because he's concealing how much you're actually making, or he's taking a bigger chunk out of your bookings. Nah. Drake has repeatedly sought to engage UMG in discussions to resolve the ongoing harm he has suffered as a result of UMG's actions. The petition reads, UMG refused to engage in negotiations, and instead that UMG is not responsible for its own actions. Instead, Drake says UMG pointed the finger at Lamar and insisted that Drake should sue his rival rather than a label. He also claims that UMG told him that the label would sue Lamar if Drake ended up filing. Wow. UMG told Drake to sue Kendrick. Yo. UMG said, look, go get your boy, man. UMG said, go get it back in blood. Fucking no. No. I wouldn't say Drake's a victim. Jordan B or Jordan Ray. I'm sure you're being fucking facetious and you're being sarcastic. I don't think Drake is a victim. I just think, unfortunately, the battle wasn't like, I won't say pure, but it was tarnished by all these industry games. You know, that's what it was tarnished by. Like, look at Future and Metro Boomin and all that shit. Like, what was that shit about? What was that shit about? What's the point of doing all of that shit and then coming on interviews and acting like you didn't do it? Future, oh, I didn't. There was a beef. I didn't know there was a beef. Metro act like, I hate people that do that sort of stuff. Like, rappers do it a lot. They act to try and pretend that they're always unbothered, but then they get involved in drama and then they like try. Fuck off, man, fuck off. All of it is dumb and nonsense. All of it is lame. Even as a Drake fan, I think this is hella lame. Even if he has a case to this, even if he has a case, legitimately, it sounds like he has a case. Even though he's not suing Kendrick, he's suing UMG. This looks really bad, man. This looks really, really bad. Like, optics wise, this doesn't look good. You know, it kind of looks like he's not taking the loss well. He's not accepting the L, and you know, he's still kind of crying about it. But the reality is, he definitely has a case. There definitely was some fugazi shit going on. But unfortunately, when it comes to media, when it comes to whatever content, it's all about optics, isn't it? And unfortunately, Drake's optics look horrible, man. Drake's optics look horrible in this particular situation. So, you know, hoping it works out for him. Most likely he'll end up getting a fat payout from this. I'm sure UMG won't want this to go to Discovery. They won't want certain bits coming out. No way, Jose. So they're probably going to just settle out of court. But I would like to know, personally for me, selfishly, as a fan of music and as somebody that kind of, you know, wants to be a part of the industry, not really, I would like to know what the actual value of a fucking stream is, because if they're having to inflate Kendrick Lamar's, you know, views and streams, yo, it's hard out there for us. Now I understand why people out there buy views. If Kendrick Lamar has to fucking buy streams to inflate the number of views that he gets, I totally understand why people buy views. I get it. I get it 1,000,000%. I swear to God, I fucking get it, man. As bad as it may sound, I absolutely get why people buy views. Fucking crazy. Anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. Wait a second, I get a tissue. Oh. God, my back is killing me. My back is killing me. My back is killing me. My back. Let's go. Cool. We did a bit of UMG, and of course, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a refresher on why the industry is so fogged up. Look at this clip. Look at this clip. If my computer can load, look at this flipping clip. Look at this clip. Actually, that might be a fraudulent slip there. Look at this clip. Look at this clip. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Big up everybody tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you like the stream if you can see me. I would appreciate it. Make sure you can like the stream. Drake is shadow banned is hilarious. Bear with me 1 second as it loads. Is this going to load or not? Are you going to load or are you not going to load? Okay, just exit that page. Fuck it. It's not gonna happen in there. It's not gonna work for me today. It's not gonna work for me. So we gotta skip that. Okay, cool. Let's get this off the screen. And then we can continue on. You see what? Chrissy finally crossed 100k subs. Huh? View playing Drake has too many participation trophies growing up. Suing over normal music biz activities isn't even true. How do you know it isn't even true, MC? Mr. Bob, it's like when DJ Khaled had assault because he wasn't number. Oh, that was great, innit? That was great. He called Tyler. What do you call Tyler's music? Weirdo music. Weirdo spiritual. Like, what? Okay. Where is it popular successful to be like Papa? If I was rich, I would sew it into a rap. Kendrick said he had bad deal with UMG. Drake is the Bapper of rap. Young advice, you need to chill. You need to relax. That's how you know Drake's white. He said, I'm going to call my lawyer. You see the optics. Even though what Drake is doing is right and correct, because there was some fugazi shit going on. Look at the optics. Look at what people are saying on the stream chat. Look what people are saying on the stream chat. Look what people are fucking disparaging my goat. Hold on 1 second as I get this stuff to look. Oh, the fucking computer fan is blowing. Bear with me a sec here as I get this ready to rock and roll. Big up everyone in the stream chat tuning in. Appreciate every single one of you that's here with me right now. I'm stalling, as you can tell, because I'm trying to get this stuff to not blow my fucking back up. Video output's currently active. Please turn off any outputs to change. How do you turn off an output? To turn off an output? Please, what? Turn off any outputs. How do you turn off an output? Oh, I guess you can disconnect it, innit? Cool. All right. Let me put this down to 1,500. Let's hopefully that works. Let's put it to baseline. Let's do apply. Let's do okay. Hopefully that gives it a little bit of a slower, but I think I need to put the FPS down to probably 10 and it'll probably work a little bit better. But hopefully we're back now. Hopefully we should be back and it's not stopping as much. So let's continue on. Look at this headline. Look at this headline. Look at this headline. Bappa will be happy. Bappa will be happy. Bappa, Crystalia, Brian Callen, allegedly, all of those guys will be very happy to hear cheating on your spouse is no longer a crime in New York City. I repeat, adultery in New York is no longer a crime. Nothing is a crime here. It's all good. It's all good. If you want to cheat on your spouse, go to New York. Crazy world we live in. Big up the Gothamist. Adultery is no longer a crime in New York. Governor Kathy Hochul signed a bill on Friday repealing the 117-year-old state law that criminalized adultery, which had been classed as a Class B misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail. Big up 90 days in jail. Big up 90 days fiance. But by the way, that should be a show, innit? That should actually be a show. Someone should make that a show. 90 days in jail. I'd watch the fuck out of that. I'd watch the fuck out. I know they had like Locked Up and shit, but I'd watch a fuck out of a 90 Days in Jail show, like a legit one. In a statement, the governor said it was somewhat ironic that she signed the bill given the 40-year marriage to her husband, but she said that understood that people would have complex relationships. You know what's funny? You know what's gonna happen? No, you know, not to be like a bearer of bad news, but it wouldn't surprise me if very soon this Kathy Hochul woman gets a divorce. That's the nature of, like, you know, these sort of things. She ends up having to get divorced after a 40-year fucking marriage. Finds out her husband is cheating on her with a fucking, you know, secretary. These matters should should clearly be handled by these new individuals and not our criminal justice system, Hochul said. Let's take this silly, outdated statute off the books once and for all. Once and for all, she says. New York had been one of the 17 states that considered adultery a crime, at least on paper. It now becomes at least the 5th state to have repealed such a law since 2015. Imagine living in a state where adultery is fucking illegal, or in a country where adultery is illegal, especially in the West. God almighty, man. Americans have a lot, especially some Americans have a lot to say about places like Russia, but you motherfuckers, in some states, adultery is illegal. Like, grow up, man. Grow up. Technically, the New York law applied when a person engaged in sexual intercourse with another person at a time when he was a living spouse, or the other person has a living spouse. But authorities have enforced it infrequently, with only 10 people statewide facing adultery as their highest level charge in a given case since 1979. According to the State Division of Criminal Justice, the last known case was in 2010 when the local police charged a 41-year-old married woman after she was caught in a sex act with a man in a public park in the city of Batavia between Rochester and Buffalo. The adultery charge was later dropped. Yeah, big up the man them. Big up the man them that go to Central Park to go get happy. Big up. State Senator Liz Kruger of Manhattan and Assembly Member Charles Levine of Long Island, both Democrats, sponsored the bill to repeal the adultery law. State lawmakers passed it earlier this year. The new law, which repeals the old law, took effect immediately on Friday. Now, to be real, I think cheating, much like drinking and doing drugs, is not cool at a certain age. at a certain age, if you actively cheat and if you're out there like trying to be like, you know, trying to lay pipe everywhere you go and just being super promiscuous, it becomes very corny and very lame. And I don't know what the age is. Maybe the age is like 35. Maybe it's even 29. There's an age. There's an age where if you keep on being that guy, you don't look cool. It's like the guy that goes and tries to pick up girls at a bar. It's cool at a certain point, but when you see the 45-year-old dude at the bar trying to scoop up some of the 21-year-old baddies in your hood, yuck. Yuck. You know, you got to grow up. You got to decide either you're going to be like a guy with like a million girlfriends, you know, back to back to back, or you're going to be the guy that settles down. But you can't be the guy that's trying to fuck everything that moves and you're like 30 plus. You got to grow up. You got to get that out of your system fairly quickly. And it's obviously, I think it's a lot better when you get it. Maybe it's a lot better. Maybe I wasn't even that lucky, but I think that's why it's probably beneficial if you're young to either decide to go to higher education, college or uni, or get a job. Get like a proper full-time job straight out of uni or straight out of college, or go straight to uni and live on campus so that you can get all of that, you know, sugging and fugging out of the way. So then when you're older, you can just move on to just being the settled down person. Because think of the amount of, I'm sure some of the fellas in the chat can agree, think of the amount of slaws, think of the amount of capital W whores you knew back in the day in college and uni. The majority of the ones I knew, they all settled down. They've all got families and they're super, super committed to their partners or husbands or whatever they may be. They're not whoring or slutting around anymore. So I think there is a benefit to like getting it out of your system, to just, you know, and then moving on with your life and becoming an actual well-rounded adult. But I think just doing it all the time and being that kind of person that can kind of never turn that part of your brain off is like, ugh, yuck, in my personal opinion. But again, what do I know? And I also think some of these guys, I think I've just done like a self-sabotage thing, innit, you know? Or they just want to see how much they can get away with. Like the Brian Callens allegedly, the Brendan Schaub allegedly, the Chris Lee, all type of people. It's like, you've got so much to lose. And these guys live in LA where the fucking divorce and whatever, you know, laws are crazy. You know, the amount of you have to pay out, it's just insane. You take that kind of risk of like going on the road and just sucking the fucking everything that moves. It's like, bro, you live in LA. You were married in LA. Like, do you know how crazy it's gonna be if your wife files for divorce? She can take everything, like literally everything. Especially some of these comedian guys, like their wives are basically like live-at-home mums, you know. They kind of essentially, they do everything, so they have every right to just go and claim it all as well. So people gotta be careful, man. People gotta be careful. But hey, what do I know, people? Absolutely nothing. I know absolutely nada. Okay, cool. It keeps saying encoding error. Is it crazy or is it not going bad? Let me quickly take this flipping thing off and let's see if I can change it. It keeps saying encoding error. Let's see if I can do something here. Bear with me a second. Let's get this Gothamist thing off the screen and let's move on, alright? Before you go, fuck off before you go, Gothamist. We don't want to see that shit. Let's get this going. Bear with me a second here before we continue. Can we get that going? Yes, loading. Oh, my team. All right, cool. Let's continue here. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this flipping one out of the way as well. Let's get the webcam out of the way quickly, and let's see if I can change it. It says now I can change the video settings, right? If I remove the flipping thing, now I can change the video settings. Bear with me 1 second here. Let me just lower the fucking, what you call it, the frame rate. It might actually help. Let's see. It's got active video. Video output is currently active. Please turn off any output. Oh, I think it means outputs as in like, oh, I guess what I know what it means now. I guess it means like streaming outputs. Okay, cool. So I can't really do it. So it doesn't matter. Let's get down to 1,000. Let's do this to 1,000. Hopefully this works. And let's continue. Apply. Okay. Boom. Can I do Z? Will it undo? There we go. We undo. All right. Cool. Let's go. Should we do a bit of DSP? Should move on to the other shit. Let's move on to the other shit actually, because I don't even think this computer can hack all this shit. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's get all this shit out of the way. Let's exit all of this stuff because the YouTube videos aren't gonna work. It's not gonna happen. I'm a mom. Cookies with sauce at the top. Let's get this bumper stuff going because I'm not gonna be able to do all the other things that I want to do at the moment. I don't think so. It's not gonna work, man. It's not gonna work. Not today. Not today. But we're here. We're here. Somebody buy this guy infrared cable for Christmas. Nah, man. Nah. When that Mac Mini comes, trust me, everything's gonna change. I guarantee you, everything's gonna change when that Mac Mini comes. But before then, we have to put up with this shit, okay? Okay, cool. Don't cry. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Daddy's gonna make it work. Daddy's gonna make it work. All right, cool. We've got a couple more windows to go. Then we're ready to rock. We're ready to rock. All right, here we go. Here we go. Bish bash bosh. So let's get some of this thing out of the way and let's flip and move on. All right. Tab for tab, blow for blow, war for war. Let's flip and go. So first things first, we got this clip. Pick up the No Jumper subreddit. Adam confusing for this. R.I.P. Suede, but most of us know he died because he was sending letters to his girl numerous times. Wack was saying for the Sueños to kill him. Then he must have been doing something wrong, and Adam's denying it. Adam's denying it. Cool. Okay, let's continue and see what I go on. To be fair, I don't really know what happened to flipping. What's his name? Suede guy. What's his name again? Is it Blueface? R.I.P. So I forgot his fucking full name. But R.I.P. to that kid, man. There was a story that where they were saying allegedly they were blaming Blasey. Do you hear that story? That rumor? They're saying that Blasey was speeding or something, and the fact that he was speeding is what got them pulled over, and is what made Suede go to prison or go to jail for a period of time. Remember? I think that's what the rumor was. Yeah, I said big up Asada's MoneySign Suede. That's what they were blaming Blasey a bit. I don't know if that rumor is true or not. But yeah, I think they were blaming Blasey for driving recklessly, that it didn't end up getting him pulled over, and then MoneySign Suede had to go to prison or jail for a little bit during that time. Again, I don't know if that's true, but that's what the story was that I was hearing online. Anyway, let's play the clip. Let's play the clip. Let's get this in the center so you can see it properly. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. Wait a second. Oh my god, this computer's not having it today, innit? Not having it, but we're gonna get there little by little. We're gonna get there. There we go. We're gonna get there. There we go. We got it. 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 Big up the encoding errors. We gotta love the encoding errors. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. You gonna work? God damn, son. God damn. All right, cool. Let me just bear with me a second here. Bear with me a second. Bear with me a second. Fucking now. Fucking now. Okay, cool. We got the Finder window. Let's get. Can't we just take this off? Can't we relaunch the Finder? Is that possible? Cool. Bish bash bosh. There we go. Finder window's gone. God damn, son. It's not having it, innit? It's not having it today with me. I don't know why. Okay, cool. Let's just get this out of the way. And let's refresh this and let's go. And everything should be working now. It should be good now. It should be good now. It should be good now. I don't even have any windows open. That's the thing. It's mad. I know I got a ton of tabs open, but I kind of need them. I kind of need these tabs, man. Oh my god. Yeah, big up Starlux. You know the deal. Okay, cool. You know the deal.
He got killed in a riot.
Is that true? That's so sad. I think the story is he was being taxed by the Mexican mafia while locked up. He didn't like it and expressed that to his girlfriend, who posted some of the letter that he sent her online, and that was what got him whacked. But it felt like it was swift. It felt like he wasn't even there for that long. It felt like it was swift, man. Like one day you hear he's in, it's free Suede, and the next minute, yeah, he's dead. Like, god damn, bro. You know, Mexicans don't play, bro. Mexicans don't play. Cool. Play the video.
On a yard.
Okay.
That means anybody could have did it.
Cool, let's play it. You gonna play? You gonna play for me or not?
Tell me he got killed in a riot on a yard.
Okay.
That means anybody.
Maybe I got this a bit wide to the fucking crop and show. That's bitch bash bush built in right now. Cool, there's nothing to do here, isn't it? Cool, that's too crazy. Well, let's like, come on, play.
Anybody could have did it. When you right, the Sudan,
Bro, God. Oh my God.
big toward this.
Maybe I done one by five.
Yeah, I mean,
You heard
saying is yes, doing standing on business.
Let me maybe somebody's going.
Paying.
Right, it's still
Was he
saying
paying because he told him?
quick load. We just gonna go again. Let's go for it, brother. Get out of here, man. We don't need you. A bit more. Encoding overload still. Are you for real? Encoding overload still. Are we back? Damn. What's happening right now, bro? Okay, cool. Maybe too many tabs were open. Maybe that was the whole point. Maybe it was the tabs. Maybe it was actually my fault. Who knows? All right, let's go again. Let's go again. One more time. One more time for the vibes. One more time for the vibes. Cool. Let's get the screen up. Bear with me a second as I get this loaded. And then we're gonna go one more time for the vibes. You know what we're gonna do? I'm just gonna open the tabs one by. Is that the same one? Oh no, it doesn't even have my tabs because I fucking closed it weirdly, didn't I? Fuck. Doesn't even have the tabs I had open. That's a bitch. Oh no, it is. No, it's there. It's there. Cool. All right, I'm just gonna open the tabs one by one. Let's see if this works. Hopefully it should work. One by one. One by one stream. Cool. Apologies for this. Apologies for this, but it should be good now. It should be good now.
Somebody tell me. Tell me.
Yeah, there we go. It should be good now. There we go. Cool. Let's watch this clip of Wack and Adultery 2 arguing about MoneySign Suede. RIP to him.
Tell me. Tell me he got killed in a riot on a yard.
Okay.
That means anybody could have did it. When you tell me, right, the Sudanos killed him. Oh, he did something. At that point, me being an ex-convict is going to lean towards he did something he wasn't supposed to do.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
you as a person,
saying I'm not paying is, I guess, doing something you're not supposed to do. But also, a lot of us would call it standing on business.
Let me ask you something.
What do you do? What do you do? You're in prison. You're a known affiliate. And you got the Mexican mafia on your bumper trying to extort you because you're a known affiliate and you're also a bit of an up-and-coming star rapper. What do? Do you continue paying, knowing that if you continue paying, it's never going to stop? Actually, once you pay the first time, you're kind of fucked. But if you continue paying, if you don't draw a line on the sand, if you don't like stand on your, stand up for yourself, then these guys are never going to stop. They're always going to keep on taxing you. And it will get worse and worse and worse. And there'll be more and more and more and more people coming into your pockets. To the point where it'll probably end up, costing you your life anyway. So what do? Stand on your shit, draw a line under the sand, or draw a line, where you have enough, knowing that might be the last action that you do that might, while you're still alive, or do you carry on taxing, knowing that it keeps you alive, but then you eventually might die if you don't end up paying them anyway.
Why was he paying? Was he paying because he told? Was he paying because he violated something? People pay for different reasons. You wouldn't know this.
Well, from what I gathered, and rest in peace to Suede, because he was a great rapper and an awesome dude, but he, they're trying to get money out of him. They realize he's making money off streaming and whatever he had going on the outside. So old heads start trying to get money out of him. He basically says, nah, I'm not going. They killed him.
I mean, that's what you say. I don't know. And I think what you saying is some bullshit because you ain't supposed to know nothing about it.
Well, honestly, it hasn't really been widely reported on, but I have seen one dude who made some pretty in-depth YouTube videos about it. That being said, these are the kind
of... Adam 22 street knowledge. For people that are in the streets, hearing Adam 22 say he's getting all his knowledge from the YouTubes is really frustrating, but it's also accurate because most likely that's where all the information is coming from anyway. So it's like, what do you want him to do? Some of these YouTubers know what the fuck's going on. Some of these YouTubers are fucking plugged in. So it's absolutely hilarious how people get pissed off when he says shit like this. But yeah, RIP MoneySign Suede, man. Like, I think that's what I Martini say. You just gotta pay, innit? Unfortunately, you just gotta pay. You just gotta pay. Simple as that. It's unfortunate. You don't want to do it. It's not fair. And as Adam 22 said, there is a bunch of old heads trying to get money out of you. Old heads that haven't achieved or done much with their lives except for gangbanging. And they then want to kind of come into your pockets because you made a little lane for yourself. It's lame. It's lame as fuck. But unfortunately, if you want to be affiliated, if you want that protection, if you want that, that gravitas that comes with being a part of a gang, being a part of an organized crime unit or whatever it may be, you just have to know that there are some things that you have to do. Sacrifice have to be made. There's some things you have to do that you don't want to do. And one of them is sometimes being taxed, especially if you're a celebrity, rapper and shit. It's unavoidable, really. It's unavoidable unless you have your own people around you. And even your own people around you might tax you in a way to kind of protect you. So there's never not going to be a scenario where you're getting taxed, Unfortunately, there's never not going to be a scenario you're going to get taxed. So RIP MoneySign Suede. He didn't deserve to go out that way. RIP him. RIP him. Moving on. Let's get through some of these tabs quickly. Let's do this one. What's this one? What's this tab I had closed just before we continued here? Oh yeah, big up flipping big up Zan Princess. Big up Zan Princess because this is a crazy post. What's that Instagram? Zan Princess 1. Let me see if I can get this up on here because I wanna show you what this girl looks like and then show you what she's posting online. Because this is crazy. Americans, you guys are wild. Zan Princess is doing a lot on the internet. So this girl called Zan Princess, big up Zan Princess, part of No Jumper universe, right? She's out here, a lot of guys like Zan Princess and what she looks like, you see her there, right? That's Zan Princess. You see the materials, right? You see what she's dealing with, right? Is that all the posts? Okay, just 9. Cool. You see the posts. Let's get some posts up on here so you can see what she's about, right? What this Zanny girl's about. But this is the girl that a lot of No Jumper fans like the look of, right? This is Zan Princess. Is she a rapper? Is she a streamer? Who knows? What does she actually do? Where does her money come from? We don't know. We have no idea where it comes from and what she does. No idea, right? But this is what she looks like. Guys on No Jumper kind of like her, She's the cool, hot, old chick, hot, old black chick or whatever it may be, right? There she is. Boom, bang, bang. All right? You see her, right? Boom, bang, bang. All right? You see the posts, right? Chill. Cool. Anyway, look what she's posting on Instagram. Look what she's posting on Instagram stories. Be the person on the Jumper somebody that posted this. Look what she's posting. I'll be in Atlanta from the 25th to the 31st. If you want to book me for anything, email or DM me. Blood clot. Is she soliciting? Is she soliciting on the fucking ClearNet? Is she soliciting customers on the fucking big bad ClearNet? This is wild, bro. I'll be in Atlanta from the 24th to the 31st. If you want to bug me or do anything, email or DM me. God almighty. So this is where the money comes from. This is where the money comes from. Just being low. But that's the thing that, like, you know what this proves? You know what this proves? Women. Well, listen, let me move that chat a little bit so you can see that. Women are far better at keeping secrets than men in it. Do you think a man could earn money this way and keep it completely to themselves without baiting up, without kind of blowing up their own spot? I don't think a man could do it, but a woman could, like, go to Dubai, get allegedly shat on, pissed on, whipped, you know, whatever that happens over there. A girl can be on Instagram, living the high life, and, you know, you don't really, you know what's going on, but behind the scenes, she's basically an escort, and she just keeps it nice and, I won't say classy, but just keeps it quiet. Just minds her business, collects some money, and keeps it moving. I think if dudes were in the same position, they'd be fucking yapping, baiting up the whole spot, getting fucking chased by the fucking tax man and all that kind of malarkey. But girls are able to just, like, shh, mind their business. Guys can't mind their business. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that's the case. Oops, sorry. Oh, that sounded fucking aggressive. But big up Zam Princess. Big up Blood Clot Zam Princess for doing what she's doing, and I guess feeding her family, feeding herself, and posting the most insane soliciting post I've seen on Instagram ever. Like, look at this, bro. I'll be in Atlanta from the 24th to the 31st. If you want to book me for anything, email or DM me. It's a wild story to put out there. Anything, you know. And I bet she got hit up as well. I bet you her DMs are blowing up right now. So big up Zam Princess. Big up Blood Clot Zam Princess for, you know, doing what she needs to do to feed her family still. Okay, moving on. Next one we got to go through here. Boom. Let's go this one. Another tab. Did you guys see this? This will piss you off. This will blood clot piss you off. For those of you who are fans of No Jumper and the people attached to it, this will really piss you off. I'm sure it will piss you off, and I'm sure some of you guys have already seen it, but I'm gonna play it for you just in case. For those of you online who haven't, bear with me 1 second. As it's loaded, boom. Let's pause this there. Yeah, there we go. We got it going. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Absolute piss take. So big up Yuri, because he's had a tough week, right? He's had a tough week after getting absolutely destroyed and ripped into by Housephone, justifiably so, by the way, and effectively kicked off a Reconnected. He had a really good bounce back. He went on a bit of a victim coping stream for a couple of days, but out of nowhere, actually on the Sunday, while Drake was streaming with XQC, I guess he jumped on Kick and just started, like, throwing subs around, right? And he threw around a massive sub bomb that landed at the feet of none other than Yuri. Yuri got sub-bombed by Drake, the official Drake. 50 gifted subscriptions to his Kick page. He's obviously gassed. And look at when it happens. This is the video when it happens. Big up the person on No Jumper Reddit who uploaded this. Look at the moment it happens. After everything that happened to him recently, you know, I bet Yuri kind of deserves a bit of this, because he did get absolutely destroyed on that fucking Reconnected stream. He deserved it. You know, he's a bit of a fucking crybaby, right? But this is a really good kind of bounce back.
No.
Drake?
Right?
What the fuck? No fucking way. Wait, bro. 50 gifted subs? What? Bro, hold on. Wait, I just typed in Drake like an idiot. Bro, hold on. Bro, no. Are you making me be an idiot right now by checking this? Bro, I wrote Dake. Why do I keep putting?
Look how happy he is. Look how happy he is.
What the fuck? Thank you for the gift. 50 gifted subs.
Now he doesn't. Oh, I hate that arm swing. Now he doesn't have to fucking do the whole like drinking thing, because that's been the really sad thing about Yuri streams lately. I guess all the gimmicks have run out, so he's now doing drinking, and he's drinking like TOs, like, you know, massive bottles. There'll probably come a time where his metabolism will stop in it. I don't know when it'll happen, but there'll probably come a time where his metabolism will not be as good as it is now, and he'll eventually get super fat, and it'll just be because of what? Drinking and eating fucking DoorDash and shit. But he should celebrate. He should be happy because he's had a very tough week. He's had a very, very tough week. So if anyone deserves this, it's him. I think there's a video actually by Flocko. Flocko did a video recently about him as well, absolutely destroying him and ripping into him. So if anybody deserves this bit of luck, this bit of fortune, is this motherfucker. But yeah, big up Housephone, man. I'm not your bitch. Go scream at your bitch. What was the quote? I'm not your bitch or something. What was it? I'm not your girl. Go scream at your girl. Whatever that quote was. It was fucking hilarious. Big up. Actually, maybe I can get it up on here. I think it might be on the actual Reddit. Let me see it, because that quote, honestly, is probably one of the best quotes ever. Yo, big up Asad Aziz. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
So are we going to ATL that weekend or what? We can split the booking fee and go in a 2-man.
Yeah. You know what, right? If I was actually there, I would actually go. I would actually take you up on it, and I'm not even joking. I would actually take you up on it. I would take you up on it, mate. I swear to God, I'll take you up on it. But we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it like fucking PP and Andy Warski and them, man. We have to keep that shit quiet. You know what I mean? Just go and not even tell no one. I just want to stream that weekend, you know? Shh. You know, no one needs to know. No one needs to know. But yeah, this is the fucking post. This is the clip that went viral when Yuri got absolutely destroyed by fucking Housephone.
That's not. You're tripping. That's not.
Shut the fuck up,
Fernando.
Nigga.
Yo, Fernando, good job. Good job on the thumbnail.
You want to come in here, nigga.
That's fucking cap. Shut the fuck up. That's fucking cap. Do you know how many people don't even watch the show unless I come on? Shut the fuck up,
nigga.
Bro.
Hold on, one more time. I need to get the volume up on my headphones. Sorry, but the headphones volume is not that high. Let me get the volume headphone up here. There we go. Now we're gonna rock. Cause I need to hear this shit.
That's not. You're tripping. That's not.
Shut the fuck up,
Fernando. Yo, Fernando, good job on the thumbnail.
You want to come in here, nigga.
That's fucking cap. Shut the fuck up. That's fucking cap. Do you know how many people don't even watch the show unless I come on? Shut the fuck up,
nigga.
Bro. You
weak, bro. Shut up, bro.
Bro.
You're not doing shit.
How many shows did you show up late to? How many shows did you show up late to?
Clips in a year.
Shut the fuck up. That's not true.
You both did 5
That's
clips.
not true.
Shut up.
You can't even upload a vlog. You can't even upload a vlog. You had to ask me and Coke to upload a vlog for 2 weeks straight.
I don't care. You gotta get drunk.
You can't even upload a vlog.
You gotta get drunk on stream every day and yell at your bitch.
Bro.
What the fuck are we talking about?
You wanted to Kennedy to fucking come to the podcast late.
Shut up, nigga.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Shut your ass up,
Bro,
nigga.
you're the most
Go
bare
get
minimum
your bitch.
podcaster.
Go
You're the
home.
most
Go get
bare
your
minimum
bitch.
podcaster I've ever met in my life. You're the most bare minimum podcaster.
Me, nigga. I'm not your bitch. Shut up.
You
posted 5 clips in a fucking year.
5 clips.
Shut the
5
fuck
clips.
up.
I put money in your pocket.
Go yell at your bitch. I'm not your bitch. Honestly, one of the best clips ever. Honestly, one of the best clips ever. Oh, so yeah, Yuri deserves this. Yuri deserves this bit of good luck. Yuri deserves this bit of good luck where Drake happened to do a little, sub bomb on his channel. It wasn't obviously, I don't think it was because he's a fan of Yuri's, don't get me wrong. I just think he was sub bombing whoever was online and had a particular number of followers or subs, they were getting it. So congrats to him regardless. Let's go back a little bit on what happened, post that crash out with Housephone. Yuri, as per usual, took no accountability for what his friends said to him, and essentially he turned it all into a pity stream. He turned everything that happened to him into a pity stream and refused to accept any accountability for what his friends said to him. And it's really sad, I'm not gonna lie. Really flipping sad. But again, not surprising. Yuri's always been like this. He's just as bad as Adam 22. No responsibility at all. Always a victim. He's always right. He's never wrong. And in this case, he just refuses to take responsibility for what happened. This is another clip. Big other person, no Jump Ready posted this.
The 16 dropped a bag of $2. Did Blasey and Ryder not have your back?
In ways they did, and in ways they didn't.
What are they meant to do? What are Blasey and Ryder or that guy meant to do? What are they meant to do? How are they meant to have your back? In those type of moments, when your friends are like blasting you like that, you have to think, if my friends are saying this about me, people that love me the most, people that kind of accept me for my flaws, maybe I'm the one in the wrong. Maybe. You have to entertain that idea. When your friends, you don't want that to happen when your friends do that to you, right? But when it does happen sometimes, it can be good for your friendship long term, because it's good to get things out of the way and to kind of speak clearly and honestly about each other. And, you know, you'd want to hear that kind of thing from people that you love rather than people that you don't know. It will probably sting way more, or it'd probably just be embarrassing. But you have to think at some point, you have to take what they're saying with a, you know, and kind of consider that it might be true. So in that scenario, what could Blasey and Ryder do? You know, him and Housephone were having a little bit of tete-a-tete. I already mentioned in the previous stream, Yuri was flooring a lot of fucking subs at Housephone, a lot of subs. So finally, Housephone snapped and basically called him out on his shit. Like, you don't even make this podcast his priority. And all he had to say, in my opinion, all he had to say at that moment was sorry. All he had to say was sorry. Sorry, my bad. I know I've not made this podcast a priority, you know, biggest bros. Maybe I thought it would be easier to commute from SoCal or wherever he's in San Fran to here, but it's a bit harder than I assumed it would be, because I think they only have one car, and I think Riley uses it. I think he said it in the stream. She uses it mostly to go to work, so he can't actually get down to LA. So he's finding it harder to get there. Cool, but just be honest and say, yeah, I fucked up, my bad. Because even the worst bit in that rant that Housephone did was when we found out that Yuri purposely stopped them from hiring somebody to do the clips because Yuri went to do them. Now I understand, because he didn't want to take money out of his pocket, but surely he should have relinquished control, because if Yuri's featured in the clips, he's still going to get the money. Or if it's a clip featured on the channel, he's still going to get money from it. So even though he takes a reduced rate because he's not making the clip, you still get some money out of it. So it's better to get somebody to do the clips and get some money than get no money because you're too lazy to do the clips, you know?
Blasey and I reacted to it together, and I literally told Blasey, I was like, bro, like, you're literally getting Housephone's back in these moments. It was like 2 or 3 moments just that we got through. We didn't like really fucking go through the whole thing, but there's some like 2 or 3 different moments. I'm like, bro, you're just like backing him up right here. So I'm realizing these are just conversations that are being had behind my back with Reconnected, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so these are already feelings being expressed that I'm finding out about now. Cool. Amazing.
But are the feelings legitimate? Why is he acting so upset? I get it. It must be hard to like deal with your friendship drama on camera. I get it. But you should be used to it by now. These guys have been content creators for a long time. They've been on camera for a long time. They've been quote unquote public figures for a long time. So you should be used to it by now. But why not take away why not concentrate on what they said and not how they said it? So they called you out because you're not being committed to the pod, because you're not following through on the promise of making clips or being more involved, whatever it may be. Why not take that and be like, okay, cool, maybe they're right. I don't like how it came out. Maybe they're right. Maybe I should have taken more of an ownership. And I know why he's not, because he was making a lot of money doing his own thing, right? His own thing isn't the greatest, but he's clearly doing quite well on Kick. That's why he's not bothered going on fucking Reconnected too much. He kind of leaves those guys to do their thing. That's why he's not bothered to go down to LA too much, right? And maybe, you know, to be kind of cynical, probably there's no coincidence here that he ended up in LA randomly that weekend, because maybe, or that week, because he needed the money, you know? Maybe it was, you know, the Kick subs are not what they were, so now he's like suddenly like, ooh, I kind of need the money now, you know? So maybe that's why he popped up again. Who fucking knows? But either way, it's a shame that he's not really taking any heed of what those guys said, and he's just instead, you know, acting like a victim as per usual and making it all about people hurting his feelings as opposed to him maybe disappointing his friends and letting them down, hence why they crashed out the way that they did. But hey, what do we know? Next clip here featuring Yuri, and then we're gonna probably move on to some Bapper shit, because I don't want to waste some of your guys' time. I know I've wasted that already with all the fucking stalling and the fucking horrible bit rates, but we move. We got another one here. Yuri trashes Schaub, saying he just wants to be relevant by reacting to him. What? I love how Yuri thinks so highly of himself, bro. On that rant, he was saying to fucking Housephone that people watch the show because of him.
is the fact
You hear
that
that? He was saying that people, if
fucking-
he's not on the show, people won't tune in. Bro, I watch Reconnected quite often. I'm in the comments, I'm in the chat. A lot of people are super happy when they turn on the stream and he's not there. Super happy. Oh yeah, I'm watching it now. When he's on there, they immediately dislike and shit. So I think Yuri is very much overestimating his appeal or his pull or his fucking likability on Reconnected. He's not the guy he thinks he is. I don't think so. You know, but let's play the video anyway. Yuri tresses Schaub.
is the fact that the fucking human trafficker Sharp is reacting to this. It's like, bro, you've been seeking views to talk about NJ for fucking months. You've ran dry. No one gives a fuck. You got boxes sent to your house. Now you want to react to this because you have nothing to do and no one's gonna watch your shit.
There's nothing wrong with that though. This is part of internet culture, internet timeline, internet news. You know, I think Yuri's just upset that he's become a lolcow, but it is what it is. You can just change it by just changing your behavior, really. You've refused to change. That's probably why he's a lolcow. Refuses to be, has no self-awareness, refuses to change his behavior to avoid being a lolcow, but then still complains about it. It's like, this, it's the bed you made, man.
Bruh, get the fuck out of here. You're a human trafficker, and then also you're just a strange, weird dude, bro. Like I get.
What a strange insult. You're a human trafficker and you're a strange, weird dude, bro. It's like, okay. Ouch, that hurt.
Highly, like, Epstein, SA, Dan Schneider vibes from this fool. I'm not gonna lie.
And I do like how he says all this stuff, and then when someone wants to fight him, he immediately turns it down. I love it. I love Yuri's refusal to ever face the consequences of his actions and words. It probably will eventually happen though, because the universe is like that. You just can't go around saying what you want about people, and then whatever. I guess maybe he can argue that she's saying stuff about him. Who knows? But let's continue here. Let's see this clip. This is Riley telling Yuri that she should have slapped Housephone. Do you hear that? Riley telling Yuri she should have slapped Housephone. Honestly, sometimes women can be the destruction of men. Sometimes women can be the destruction of men, because doesn't she know who her boyfriend is? Doesn't she sleep and live with this man for many, many years? Doesn't she know who he is like, and what he's built like, and his temperament and his heart and his fighting ability? Why would you tell him to like slap his friend, who most probably would beat him up? Like, Housephone's not the most athletic, strong guy in the world, but I have my money on Housephone when it comes to a fight between him and Yuri. So for Riley to tell him you should have slapped him is crazy, but she's not wrong, because Housephone did call her a bitch, and he didn't say nothing. He didn't check Housephone, nothing. He repeatedly called her, and now I know he was doing it to emphasize his point, but still, he didn't crash out at all, and he was meant to crash out. That's meant to be a moment to crash out. He would have earned a lot of internet points if he did that, actually.
To be like, no, you're a retard because of this. Like, you have to, like, I'm realizing this for myself. It's like, you have to try to avoid defending yourself. You have to just be like, fuck it. I know you're wrong. I'm gonna accept it as you're wrong.
Fucking slap that.
That's not how it works, bro. You should defend yourself. If somebody's spreading falsehoods about you, if somebody's speaking falsehoods about you or spreading falsehoods about you, sullying your name and your reputation, you should do everything in your power to defend yourself, especially when given the opportunity. People that do this sort of like defense, I'm not going to defend myself because it's not true, are usually liars, manipulators, and pieces of shit. Oh yeah, I'm not going to defend myself. It's obviously not true. It's like, it doesn't work like that. You have to, you should defend yourself, because what you're being accused of is pretty egregious. And here comes Riley. Here comes fucking Riley with her horrible advice.
Slap that motherfucker.
Oh my god. I just realized.
I would have. Fuck you. Like, what the fuck did you just say? I'm sorry. Like.
Hey Riley, you can't talk like this and not be on camera. You can't talk like this. You can't tell Riley or Yuri to slap Housephone, and you're screaming and being like, yeah, you should have slapped him, but then you're not on camera. You're off camera because you're afraid of the mean comments and what they may say about your weight gain, but then you're telling Yuri to go slap somebody. It's like, bruh, you're not even built for the internet. You don't even have the backbone, the fucking resolve, the the grit, the fucking whatever it may be to hang on the internet, and you're telling someone to slap someone. It's like, come on, man. Come on.
I don't care. Like, no. I'm so pissed. It's just like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, do you guys really, you really just, like, take our fucking...
What?
I don't even want to bring up shit. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, our friendship... I don't know. It's just so weird. Like, I just don't trust people. Like,
and babe, that's
what makes me sad. Like, I really just don't trust people. Ali and Toke are, like, literally the best friends we could ask for. Like, they...
Ali and Toke are their best friends because they don't judge, they don't comment on when they argue and shit. They just turn the blind eye and keep on doing what they're doing. That's their judgment of good friends. Their good friends are the ones that aren't like perturbed when these guys are shouting and screaming at each other on stream all the time, or when Yuri is bullying Riley, or when Riley is gaslighting Yuri a million times. Because Toke and Ali just keep themselves to themselves and, you know, whatever, just keep on streaming when they're arguing, they love them because they don't call them out on their bullshit. That's bullshit as well. But hey, what do I know? Oh yeah, big up Uche in the chat. Gucci is nuts. The fact that they call Riley Fat Pussy Riley now, hence the name, hence the acronym FPR, is fucking insane. The No Jumper subreddit is probably up there with the Fire and the Kid one. Calling Riley nickname Fat Pussy Riley is insane. It's both a compliment and a diss. It's both a compliment and a diss. If you know, you know. And then we continue on. Oh, there we go. Let's see this one. This is the one where Yuri says he's come to the realization. No, Yuri goes the victim route as usual and says that he was abused at No Jumper in the same situation. Yuri admitting he was abused and used is fucking hilarious, man. This guy, man. This fucking guy. Pure DSP, innit? He's going on his DSP route, Yuri, man. It's sad to see, to be fair, because I don't mind the guy in some respects, and I think his kick thing is good because it kind of put him out of the way, or kept him out of the way. But now he's kind of got himself back involved in the No Jumper vortex. He's just coming across so badly, man. Like, he just needs to allow it. Man. Just keep streaming on Kick, mind your business, and just stay out of this because you just look so horrible when you talk. It's just, oh yeah.
Do in life. Guess what? Do I want to fucking continue? When I worked for fucking No Jumper, I was being exploited. I was being fucking just like overly used and just underpaid and just like used and abused type stuff. And I left that situation. Fucking started the reconnected thing with everyone, and I'm thinking like, okay, this is gonna be cool because we're gonna treat each other with respect, and it's the same thing over again. Fuck no, bro. No, I'm gonna focus in on myself. I'm not gonna continue acting like a fucking scrub or like just like a cog in the wheel to something that's bigger than me. It's like, bro, no, I'm tired of just being treated like a cog in the wheel. I'm tired of just being swept under the rug and not being respected. If people can't understand what other people bring to the table, then I don't know what to say. You just have to exit the situation.
You know what's funny about this whole situation? This all came about because his friends called him out for not doing the thumbnails of their podcast and for not uploading new clips. That's it. His friends that did the podcast with him say, you're the most proficient on editors, on editing software here. You know how to edit clips. You know how to put clips together. Can you please extract some clips from our podcast, upload them on a regular basis as well as thumbnails? That's all he had to do to avoid these issues. And if you couldn't do it, maybe say, hey, can we hire somebody to help me out to do this? Maybe someone does the thumbnails and he does the clips, or vice versa. But he didn't do that. And now he's crying. This guy, man, this flipping guy, he'll never learn, and he's just going to be the way that he is. Fair enough. I think it's probably for the best. He splits up with Reconnected. He goes on and does his own thing. I think it works out for everybody involved because he's never, ever, ever going to learn, really. It just is what it is. He's just too hard-headed, too lacking in self-awareness forever for it to work. And then the last one here, he realizes he has no friends. Then we're going to move on to some Fire and the Kid stuff. Yuri realizes he has no friends. Crazy clip to come from a fucking 30-year-old, by the way, because you got called out for your friends for not being responsible and for not being considerate and for not making the podcast you have with your boys a priority or a part of your, whatever.
They didn't really like the internet stuff, so they fucking cut me off, and then so be it. My only homies that I thought to myself that I had was fucking reconnected, and now I see what happened. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm a stubborn ass motherfucker, bro. I'm ready to accept the idea that I may just be a fucking bad homie to have. Maybe I'm the shitty person. Fuck it, bro. I'm ready to accept that. Maybe I'm the shitty guy at the end of the day. Fuck it.
Look at that self-awareness. Look how weird that self-awareness is, by the way. Maybe I'm the shitty guy. Fuck it, I'll accept it. So it's not even like you're being self-aware and you're accepting responsibility. It's like you're being facetious about it. You're being sarcastic about it. And you're also refusing to change. Yeah, I'm the shitty person. I'm not going to change. Fuck it. So then don't complain then. I'm okay. Like, I'm a little bit toxic in that way. I don't mind people being shitty, but then don't cry about it. But the people that are the shittiest are usually the biggest complainers. They're the most entitled. They're the most whiny. It's like, shut up. Yo, big up each in the chat. Did Yuri and Riley ever buy that house like they said they would? No, I don't even know, Good question. I don't know. There's a rumor on this there's two rumors, isn't it? There's a rumor on the No Jumper Reddit that allegedly Riley's mum bought them the house or something in an effort to make Riley come closer to, clever mum shit. I'll buy you a house, but really there was some, ulterior motives there to make sure her daughter's close to her. So in case another crash out happened where Yuri, fucking rips into Riley on stream, she can be there to save her baby, right? And she's super close by. Another story I've read is that they haven't bought the house, and this is just a rented house that they're paying crazy amounts of money for. It's in some, nice fancy place somewhere in San Fran, and they're paying way too much for it. But they're making it work, and which is probably why Riley has to work now. Allegedly she works, and before they were not living in LA, Yuri was the one that was paying most of the bills, or he was the main breadwinner in the whole household. But now I think Riley does work, and it sounds like she's working full time, or maybe part time. Who knows? But I think it's full time. So if that's the case, then maybe it kind of shows you that maybe Yuri's still making the same amount of money he was making before, which is good money on Kick, but the bills have kind of gone up ever since they moved to San Fran. So it's looking a little bit dicey for them. Looking a little bit dicey.
I'll be happy alone. I don't give a fuck. What I do know is that some lame behavior, bro, at the end of the day. That shit's whack. Whack as hell. Especially the fact that no one has
pick up a saw disease.
Really? Like that? That's crazy, dude. Still to this point.
Okay, let's turn out the music. I don't want to get copyright struck. Fuck that shit. Wait for him to talk.
I put in way more effort into the content world game than anyone there.
But they're not questioning what you've done in the world. They've questioned what you're doing on the pod, or lack thereof. You see what I mean about this guy and lacking fucking accountability? They didn't call you out for what you've done on the internet. They called you out for the lack of what you're doing on their particular pod that you all share together and you all made money from.
I do. By a long shot. Come up with original ideas. Fucking stream fucking insane amount of hours. And put shit together. It's like, I'm not gonna fucking devalue, like, and this is where people are gonna be upset at me because I'm like gonna be like, oh Yuri, why do you even have to say this? Because people are diminishing my character. I don't give a fuck, bro. I did that. I did. Do it without me.
Regardless of what anyone thinks.
But they're doing it already. What do you mean? They're doing it already without you anyway. The show's been really good without Yuri these last few months that he's moved to San Fran. Not sure if you guys on the stream watch Reconnected, but it's been pretty decent. Since he's left, it's been really nice to listen to. Don't get me wrong, the audio is always fucked up and, the levels aren't great and they sort out the angle and all this malarkey. But for the most part, it's been a pretty entertaining podcast to listen to, especially within that No Jumper universe thing. They don't really talk about No Jumper drama. They kind of stick to their topics, streetwear, fashion, music, all that sort of shit. It's been quite good about Yuri. So him saying they can't do it without him is crazy. Maybe they can't do clips as professionally as he did, but eventually they'll find someone who want to do it. I'm sure someone's already reached out to him to probably do the clips for free.
Do it without me. I'm just gonna copy what I did.
He's so salty about the whole thing. Hold on, play it to you. Interpret the music before he talks. Bear with me here. But to be fair, part of me does feel kind of bad for him because I've never had this happen. Like, friendship breakups are brutal, man. Friendship breakups are worse than relationship breakups. I don't care what anyone says. Friendship breakups, the only thing worse than a friendship breakup might be like a situation breakup. Like, you know, you're kind of dealing with someone and you both have your adult fun and you both hit each other up whenever you want to have your adult fun. And it just comes a moment, usually it's a girl, it comes a moment where they just did to say, nah. And it just completely change up on you. Maybe they even go as far as like being disgusted by you. It's like, hold on, we were both disgusting. How you gonna be disgusted by me when we were both filth? But that's quite brutal to take because it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, all right, fair play. That was brutal. But I think friendship breakups are probably the worst type of breakup. So to have that happen on like live stream and for it to go viral and for everyone to be mocking you and laughing at you and for you to be clearly in the wrong and no one siding with you, it's gotta hurt, man. It's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. Like, it's gotta actually hurt. Like, that's gonna be something that you think about forever. Like, it's never gonna leave you. So I understand why he's so salty. I have a little bit of sympathy for him, I'm not gonna lie. As much as I dislike him sometimes, I understand. I get it, man. I get it. It's fucking painful. So thoughts and prayers with Yuri and Fat Pussy Riley. Hopefully they land on their feet. Hopefully they land on their feet. All right, let's move on to some Compa Raider. Then we'll go into the Fire and the Kid. Compa Raider's got a new tune. Out. Absolutely crazy. Compa Raider dropped a video for his No Jumper diss track. He's got a No Jumper diss track, by the way. He's fucking built, so funny. But yeah, Compa Raider's a funny guy. Funny guy. I'd love to party with Compa Raider. I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to fucking party with Compa Raider. Definitely bumps on him.
We know Adam a bitch, and he been that. I could talk a lot of shit, but I'ma spit facts. This is a scary movie playing with no big screen. Adam loved Lena cause Gina was only 16. Man down, you a nasty ass bitch. And a joke of a man, but no one laughing about shit. You a cuck with a fetish, you watching your wife suck dick. We dumb clips, you watching Lena getting dumped in.
Look at his crib, man. He lives in a nice fucking... Look at his crib. His crib's got a bridge. Yo, this guy's he's kind of piped up, innit? He's kind of living well, innit? Look at his fucking crib, man. It's actually really nice. Fuck.
Starting beef for everyone around you. Truthfully, they'd probably all be better off without you. Every time you're getting pressed, you acting like a hoe.
And by the way, I didn't know he had a head tattoo as well, by the way. That's pretty cool. He's got like a full head of hair, but he's also got a head tattoo.
On the news, smiling about getting robbed in the studio. Can't keep a homie, everybody switch sides. And the only ones that say the ones fucking your wife. Got my name in your mouth, but will never run the face. Such a pussy, you should be running tricks along the blade. Pussy. 3-finger whack. Officer whack. Let me get at this federale. Whack gon' have a heart attack, he need to stop it. Informant for the feds, but he really think he poppin'. Leaking to the cops and leaking anything for clout. You probably leaked your own clip, getting knocked out. What a shame. You all talk for the internet, riding Adam's dick like his wife. Have you hit it?
That's a nice crib, man. That's a nice crib, and that's a nice ass cat. This guy's got money in it. Let's be real. And you know, I wondered, like, is Compa just like highly proficient, like party boy? Or does he have people around him doing his business affairs? Like, how does it work? Because he's pretty wild. When he gets loose, he gets loose. So who's running his businesses? Or is he just like one of those people that's like, he's like a functioning addict in a way? He's able to just like, you know? I wonder.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You a sus as your boss. On a salary for Adam, probably hit your biggest loss. The gatekeeper of gay secrets of hip hop, throwing up your signs with some zest and some lip gloss.
Bless the cat. Bless that fucking cat. Bless that fucking cat, man. Bless that fucking cat. That cat.
The gatekeeper of gay secrets of hip hop, throwing up your signs with some zest and some lip gloss. Arteries all clogged like Adam's wife be. Got these fuckers crying on the web cause they don't like me, bitch. Broke baby, running off on Senor Sushi's tab. It's a trick, not the brick. Look at you, pussy.
Maybe that's where it's also some of the money's coming from, eh? Weed at restaurants and shit. Like, yeah, he's paid up, man.
Broke baby, you don't want the smoke, baby. Hard to talk when you got Adam all inside your throat, baby. Geeked out, always gotta take some pills to relax. You're going through it, so I thought that I would cut you some slack. You a clown ass pussy, always on the food state. You got choked by peeing nice like a bitch that didn't do shit. Weak jaw, slap you with my left hand, bitch. You worse than Lena, dog, you on some yes man shit. No jumper couldn't pay you, so I fronted a bag. You smoked it all, cause you don't know how to run up a trap. Couldn't pay it back, cause you're getting fucked by your boss. That shit's pennies, couldn't even jot it down as a loss.
Love it. Honestly, absolutely love it. It's probably longer, but you know, we'll leave that there. Big up Compa Raider. Big up Compa Raider. I'm not gonna lie, I hate all the diss songs, but I like him as a person. I hate all the fucking no jumper diss. That whole diss thing they're trying to do is fucking lame. But I like Compa as a person, so I'm a rock with it. Big up Compa. Big up Compa. We only slap Compa Raider on this stream. You get me? Everyone else can get fogged. We only slap Compa Raider in this stream. And big up the cat. Big up the blood clot cat. Let's move on. So let's get into some TFATK stuff. So what do we have here for the TFATK? TFATK thing, we've got yeah, I think Jeselnik is talking about Callen. I don't know if I spoke about this in the last stream, but we'll cover it again anyway, just in case I missed it in the last stream. Let's talk about it a little bit about this one. Big up,
money.
Big up
for the first time.
Big up Anthony Jeselnik. Okay, let me put this on the screen before I give you my opinion on this, because I've got a nuanced opinion on this particular thing. Let's play. Is Jeselnik talking about Callen?
Money for the first time in my life where I don't have to run out and go do something. A lot of comics now, you know, you see guys who got a divorce and now they have to go out there and their act just gets really bad. Because people will go buy tickets, but they're just kind of finding it on stage. And I think that's not always good.
I mean, just fucking doing this.
I like Anthony Jeselnik. I like what he has to say. I like his opinions on things. I like his comedy. But I think there's going to come a time where someone's going to call him out. Someone's going to call him out for being on this like high horse that he's on when it comes to certain comedians and acting like he's better than everybody. I think someone's going to call him out and it might end up being brutal. I'm not sure who it's going to be. It might be Tim Dillon, because I think him and Jeselnik had a recent run-in in it or something that didn't go too well. But I think there might be an occasion where some comedian's going to call him out for his shit, you know? Because he, you know, as much as I like him, he comes across like a little bit of a pretentious asshole. A little bit. You're a stand-up comedian, brother. Everybody in that industry, the whole industry is kind of, you know, founded by delinquents, pieces of shit, cheaters, abusers, rapists, essayers, adulterers, liars, whatever, all those things. That's your business. That's why people come to watch those shows. That's why people come to laugh. That's why people come to cry, like, because they want to listen to a bit of that. Do you know what I mean? So it's a little bit rich for him to sit there and be calling out people. It's like, bruh, like, come on, man. Come on. You're in the circus too. You are a clown too. You might be a more, let's say, sophisticated clown. You might be a little bit more intentional with what you do, but you are still a clown. And we're all here watching the clown show. There's no separation. So let's relax a little bit. As much as I like Anthony Jeselnik, he needs to relax a little bit. Pointing a finger all the time at people is a little bit weird. And sometimes you think to yourself, like, is he pointing the finger because he wants to be secretly a part of their crew? Because a lot of these guys are like that, right? They kind of point the finger and they're like always talking about, you know, what they would change and whatever it may be. But you think about people like Mark Maron. Mark Maron's all like talking and, big up your person I just subscribed. Mark Maron is always like yapping about this and that and that and this. But really and truly, people like Mark Maron, like, come on. Do you think if Mark Maron got a chance to be Joe Rogan, he wouldn't take it? Do you think if Mark Maron was in Joe Rogan's inner circle, that he would still be saying what he's saying now? Of course not. So a lot of these people are a little bit disingenuous, a little bit fake with the way that they kind of, morally posture and the way they fucking virtue signal, when really and truly it's just a little, it's almost like a bat signal they're trying to send out to try to get involved. They don't really believe what they're saying. I think Jeselnik does, don't get me wrong, but there's a part of me that also thinks like, bruh, just focus on what you do, man. Yes, we know these guys are losers, but it's like, leave all the detracting, leave all the fucking calling out and the trolling and shit to people like us, the fans on the outside. I think when comedians do it, it's a little bit yucky. When their fellow peers do it, it's a little bit lame. I'm not going to lie. I don't like it. I'm not going to lie. Because they don't call them out in person. They weren't doing it when it was hot, when Brendan was part of Rogan's inner circle. Now, these people are like ostracized and they're not looked upon as like the best people in the world to be associated with. And it's now become its own micro economy to take the piss out of them. Everyone's now chirping something and saying something. Like, no. You should have said something back then when we were all in the trenches getting accused of being fucking haters and poor and fat and shit. That's why we were taking a piss out of these people. We're just jealous. You remember Brendan? I think even Rogan said one time. Remember there was a one Rogan show where he was like, I get it. People just want to be a part of our friendship group or something like that. I think maybe he was on Schultz. He was like, oh yeah, these people that hate, they just want to be involved. They want to be a part of our crew. It's like, what? Like, you think we want to be in the green rooms? Like, what? What? It was weird. It was such a bizarre comment to make, but it was almost like, yeah, like I don't listen to these guys because they're just jealous. They really want to be our friends. Like, I think you're misunderstanding what's going on out there, man. A lot of these people are just pointing and laughing at some of your idiotic comments, but I don't know. I think the tide, I got a feeling the tide's going to change against Jeselnik, unfortunately, because I think he's out here crying and moaning a little bit too much for me. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? Absolutely. That's it. Nothing. You heard it. Nothing. Let's continue here. Oh, we got this here. I think I've said this too as well, but we're gonna play it one more time. Fuck it. There's this post too. There's been horrible specials and people that shouldn't be famous. Shouldn't have been famous.
I know I'm funny.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this coming from fucking Brendan, by the way. And I love also that this is coming from a conversation.
I know I'm funny. So
I know this also I love this coming from Brendan, and I also love that this is a conversation that's been sparked by Eric Griffin, the serial complainer, right? The person that's never happy, never fucking happy, always moaning, always grumpy, just built like a fucking bag of semolina, just complete, even though he's good at what he does, he's clearly a good comedic actor, clearly can direct, supposedly he's good at doing stand-up live. People always say he's fucking amazing live, but he comes across as just an unlikable person on the podcast. So it's funny to hear him spark this conversation, and it's also funny to hear Brendan quip the way he does because, considering how he came up, it's like, what?
I know I'm funny.
Yeah.
I'm hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But it's like, and I realize like that's not the thing that they want to take and put on television or give specials to. Like
whatever
that.
it is, right.
It's got to be some weird narrative now.
See, I think, I think it's going to come back though.
It might. Yeah.
I think there's been enough horrible specials and people that probably shouldn't have been famous, but they don't want to.
Could you imagine being Brendan and saying that with your chest? There's been a lot of horrible specials and people that shouldn't have been famous. The lack of self-awareness from this guy, is like mind-boggling, isn't it? Aren't you one of those people that shouldn't have been famous and had a horrible special? And the funny thing about Brendan is that I would argue that he probably should have been famous just because he was Rogan's friend, but he could have easily avoided having a terrible special if he just took comedy seriously. He could have probably avoided having like 1-star rated comedy specials if he just took the art form seriously, wrote his own jokes, went on stage and tried to perform as much as possible in front of audiences that don't know him. He would have been fine, because there's so much terrible comedy out there, which I do agree with him, that really and truly after, how many times I've watched Kill Tony on stream, I said to myself, or said to you guys in the stream, Brendan should get back to stand-up. Brendan should get back to stand-up. There's people on Kill Tony that will get on stage and say they've been in stand-up or they're doing stand-up for 10 plus years and they are garbage. They're legitimately, somebody at your workplace is probably funnier than these people. So I was thinking to myself, like, if those people can still be out here on the road, still trying to give this comedy shit a go, Brendan has no excuse. but he just doesn't want to grind. He doesn't want to work for what he has. He doesn't want to reclaim his spot, for instance. He just wants to have that building audience that he always has last forever. That's probably why he quit, to be fair. It's not so much that he lost tickets or tickets weren't selling. It's more so that he just didn't want to perform in front of like half empty crowds. You know, he got pissed off of like having to go on coach flights to certain places and then turn up and there's only 10 people there. It's like, bro, that's what it should be about. You should be trying to build your fan base up, you know, again from scratch and go from there. But he doesn't. Yo, big up Angel Ranger.
Some weird narrative. Don't dog whistle, bro. Say it with your barrel chest, Montez. And
Yeah.
BTW, you're biracial, so wouldn't the woke set eat that up? Or maybe you just suck, Mr. Potato Head.
Exactly. Exactly. He's biracial. He is what you would want to put out there. Also, he's fat, so that would give him ticks too, because you know you want to have as many ticks as possible. He's fat. He's biracial. You know, he's got an inch. I get it, just whatever. You know, he had a mum that had what did his mum have? His mum had like schizophrenia or something. Was it dementia or something? You could always toss these things in to kind of give yourself a little bit of an edge. Talk about how hard it was looking after your mum, even though he didn't really look after her. You know, you could kind of throw these things out there, but he's not, clearly, because guess what? Maybe you're just not funny. Big up Angel Ranger. Appreciate you.
Offend anybody because we became the don't offend people culture.
Yeah.
We're so worried about offending everybody.
Don't offend people culture. Like he speaks like a 5-year-old, doesn't it? Don't offend people culture. Actually, he speaks like an immigrant. He wants to be white, right? He doesn't like how he looks, even though he looks Turkish or some shit, right? He doesn't like that. He wants to have this like white grip going on, but when he speaks English, he speaks like an immigrant. We have this culture. What?
Anybody because we became the don't offend people culture.
Yeah. Don't offend people culture.
We're so worried about offending everybody. There shouldn't be a place for it in comedy at all.
I wish we could go back to just them being funny, you know. I get the whole cancel culture. I want to be offensive. Oh, Jesus Christ, look at Chris D'Elia's face. Jesus Christ, we need that as well, don't we? Jesus, what the fuck is that about? I get the I understand the whole wanting to be edgy, you know, cancel culture thing. Let me get that going, right? But fucking hell, man. Can't we just go back to you guys being funny, trying to entertain the crowd, pretty please? Is that possible? Can you guys make your price of entry for your comedy shows worthwhile? Can you make us want to see you live and not just want to? Because I feel like not a lot of people. I wonder if there's a percentage of people who go and watch these people perform live, not because they not because they think they're funny, but because they just want to help them out, or it's just an excuse to go see them. It's not like a live podcast, but it is. I wonder, do people actually go to listen to these people tell good jokes, or do they think, hey, I like this person, I consume a lot of their podcasts and streams, I'm just gonna watch them do whatever. Even if they're fucking, tapping a fucking table or something, I'll watch it just because I'm a fan of them, and not because they're necessarily funny.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, this is a lack of respect for the art form of stand-up comedy.
Oh wow.
Okay, they're not him. I'm saying HBO being well, because they don't believe stand-up comedy is enough.
Can live on its own.
They don't believe because they've oversaturated it so much.
Right.
No, they don't believe it because most special. I wonder how does it work in your brain not to ever think maybe we're the problem. Maybe these companies are looking for all of these ways. 30-minute specials. What's that special that Joey Diaz did where it was 30 minutes, but it was combined in a whole show thing? They try and do that sort of stuff. They try and have musical guests. They try and do this. They try and do that. They try and do so many things to make stand-up comedy specials appealing to the public. And for the most part, the public vote with their fucking views. They're like, you know what? This sucks. No, thank you. No fucking thank you. And why does it suck? Because it's not funny. But these motherfuckers don't want to entertain the idea that maybe they're just not as funny as they think they are. Maybe, just maybe, they are not as funny as they think they are. They don't even want to entertain it, just for a little bit. Which is why these companies aren't willing to put all their money into a stand-up comedian who's going to turn up with a fucking, with a lazy set, that they've been doing over the country for the past year and a half, and it's gonna be full of fucking dated material. Like fuck off, man.
That they've put so many horrendous comics or people who are not ready to put out an hour. They put out so much of that.
HBO and Showtime.
And Showtime and Netflix and all these people, they put out so, well, I mean, whatever, Brendan. Okay?
I was tossing myself in there.
They've put out so.
I have to make this about myself. And look at Eric as well, to making sure he protects his money. Because, you know, you can't have Brendan depressed. You can't have Brendan be introspective, self-aware, because he might off himself, right? So he has to keep Brendan like good. You have to keep Brendan like on the, you know, because his money or his potential to earn money is completely dependent on Brendan's health and, you know, him being alive.
So much trash.
Both of them. Like, is he going to stop? Peaches. Delight.
So good. So fucking good. Big up the Friday Kids subreddit. Big up that clip. Appreciate them. Let's move on. Let's go with another one here. Oh, big up NJ Ranger. Appreciate you, brother.
Montez, dog, you directed Matt Rife's special.
Nigga directed one special and he thinks it's Scorsese, or Scorsese, as Brendan would say. He thinks he's Scorsese. One comedy special, he thinks it's Scorsese. But to be fair, it wasn't the material wasn't good, but it was filmed pretty decently. He did do a decent job directing it, so I'll let him off with that one. But yeah, I don't know. I get it. If you're Eric Griffin, I get it. I understand why he's kind of pissed. Let's give Eric Griffin a bit of a benefit of the doubt. No, let's give him a bit of a grace here. I get why he's pissed. You are funny. You see Brendan get a Showtime deal. You see Chris get Netflix specials. You think you're funnier than these guys, but they're not giving you a look. Why? Because you're not famous enough. Honestly, I realized this one time at stream. One time I was streaming, I was like, you know what? Forget me trying to email these people for bookings at clubs. I just need to get my clout up. I need to get my fame levels up, my notoriety levels up. And at the moment, I don't have any. No one knows what I play, how I play. No one gives a fuck because I'm not putting myself out there. But if I put myself out there and I keep pushing myself, who knows? There could be a possibility where it changes and suddenly the views become the metric of how good I am. It's not really true, but that is the facts. Views dictate a lot of things. You get low views, people will make you think you're talking shit and you're crap. You get high views, suddenly everything you say is gospel and you make good points. So Eric Griffin just needs to figure out a way to become more famous, to get more views, and it might end up helping him secure specials. Because if he went to HBO and said, hey, I have a podcast that gets fucking 400,000 views per episode, usually I have like 20,000 people watching me on a live stream on my channel, I've got this amount of downloads, that would improve your chance of getting an HBO special. For sure, more so than giving them a tape, that no one's gonna watch. But he doesn't get it, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's do this. Brendan needs a handler. Let's post this one, and we can continue. Pick up the stream chat too. If you're here and you're enjoying what you're seeing after the fucking technical difficulties at the beginning, and you hang in there, I appreciate you. Please make sure you like the stream as well. That's the only thing I ask of you. Please make sure you like the stream. Let's get this zoomed in so you can see it. There we go. Brendan needs a handler. Are we surprised? No.
I'll tell you this, man. I'm having so much fun on stage now.
It kind of annoys me when comics say that, but I'm glad
when they say they're having a good time.
No.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Oh, I love the defensive stance, by the way. I love the immediate defensive stance that Chris D'Elia does. Without even realizing the immediate defensive stance of crossing his arms, because that was a pretty dumb statement. But Brendan just hates comedians enjoying themselves and having a good time because it reminds him that he quit and it reminds him that he wasn't having a good time, It
annoys me when comics say that, but I'm glad
when they say they're having a good time.
No.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
And I sort of just really enjoyed fucking around and just doing comedy for doing comedy, and then doing it at the club. And when the club opened, it was so much fun. It was just
because I heard so much comics going. Dude, I'm just having so much fun on stage right now.
Really?
Yeah.
It was so much fun. It's just such a fucking joy to be there all the time.
But I know it's different for you.
I know what you're saying.
Brendan, man. Honestly, if Brendan was still in the inner circle of Rogan, there's no way he's quitting stand-up comedy. He quit it because he couldn't sell tickets, because he was didn't like going on stage in front of 10 people, and the fact that he wasn't a part of that inner circle that just guaranteed you get certain gigs, you get certain opportunities. You know, it's pretty wild to see, to be honest, because if you really like, those clubs will still reach out to him, because they know he's still social with Brendan Rogan. But the fact that Rogan isn't purposely putting him on bills, calling places on his behalf to get, it's made a big difference. As you can tell, it's made a big difference. But him not letting other people enjoy the occupation that he used to enjoy because he's now quit. Oof.
No. I know you're not saying that about me.
And it was so much fun. It's just.
Wait, it's either that or, dude, my material right now, I'm getting ready for this hour. It's never been better.
Oh, no.
Why wouldn't you say that about your material, though? Why wouldn't you be proud of the material if you honestly do think it's never been better? If you've honestly been working on it and you've gone on the road and you've heard people's reaction and you're proud of what you do, why wouldn't you want to talk about it in such glowing terms? I keep telling you people before, Brendan's actually a worse hater than fucking who's one of the biggest haters. Let's see, a Red Bar, or that guy who's the fucking brother of Kevin Brennan. Those type of people. He's worse than those type of people. He's worse than the worst poster on the FaTK Reddit. He's actually the worst, because he does that whole faking thing about being nice and wanting to help people, but really behind the scenes, as we heard from BGL, he's trashing allegedly Josh Wolf. He's saying mad shit about other comedians, talking trash about Rogan, even though he fucking gave him a fucking career. It's absolutely crazy how much of a hater he is. For real.
No, yeah, well, that.
I've seen your set. It's really funny.
It's tight now. It's good. It's like I'm very happy with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really, dude?
Hey, you two rich, privileged fuck.
Rich? Well, I didn't even realize he said riched. I didn't realize at the time he said riched. Did you know that? He said riched. I wonder why he does that with these. Why does he pronounce words and just add random letters at the end?
Hey, you two rich. Hey, you two rich. Hey, you two rich. Hey, you two rich, privileged fucks. Come here, let me talk to you.
Rich privileged fucks is fucking insane. I'm glad the computer fucking let's go
privileged
one more time.
fucks. Come here, let me talk to you.
Oh, what?
Hey, you two rich, privileged fucks. Come. Hey, you two rich, privileged fucks.
Honestly, such a bizarre human, man. Such a bizarre human. But yeah, he does need a handler. As the post said, he does need a handler. I fucking agree. Okay, let's move on. What else we got? A couple more, then I have to go. Apologies for this, bit shitty. But let's continue on. Let the hate flow through. We did that. What's this one with the picture? I don't know what this picture one is about. What's this picture one about? Oh yeah, look at this. Look at what this person posted. Look at this. The new lineup of the Golden Hour. Conor, Bill Cosby, Brendan, Chris. Look at that. The new lineup of the Golden Hour. Now that Conor's been, charged with a madness, and we know what Bill Cosby's on, what time he's on. It's been the perfect podcast for them to turn up on, isn't it? The perfect podcast for them to turn up on. Actually, with that being said, let's actually go to the Schaub show. I'm curious to see what you had to say about the Conor McGregor case, because I'd missed that one, didn't I? So let me actually play that as the last clip, and then we're gonna bounce, because I have to go to sleep for work tomorrow. Apologies, my friends. I know I fucked up with the fucking, the show being all glitchy and shit. But, next time I'll learn. No more tabs. As per usual, I don't learn. But hey, we can try again. Let's do Schaub show, because I want to see what you had to say about the fucking Conor McGregor case, because the thumbnail was insane. The thumbnail was fucking insane. Like, was it Conor McGregor for Dummies or something? Yeah, there's the fucking thumbnail. Let me show you this. The thumbnail for this episode is absolutely wild. I guess it's part of trying to clickbait. But considering how dumb he is, to say Conor McGregor for dummies or the case for dummies is wild, especially when you know he doesn't really probably know most of the details, and you know his angle is going to come from. He's going to try and act as if like Conor didn't do nothing, because obviously his friends in Crystal Lee and Brian Callen lives have been destroyed by, you know, allegations, you know, which are probably true, but you know, we have to lie and say they're not. But this is Brendan's video for dummies, Conor McGregor trial for dummies. So let's hear. I'm curious to hear what type of shit Brendan has to say about this stuff and what he thinks about Conor, the verdict on Conor, because this might be very toxic. Let's see what he has to say. I'm really fucking curious. Really fucking curious. Really fucking curious to hear. Let's hear. Let me hear. Big up everybody in the stream chat. Rich sounds like a blacked butt instead of black dummies. Dudes, it's white guys in boats. Yeah, that's actually a good one. Big up Uche. Bren being the most enriched privy fuck of all time. That's a good point. Adam McCartin. Adam McCartin. That's a very good point. Brendan's actually been very privileged. You know, he's grown up with a rich daddy and shit, lived in nice places, you know, hadn't had to work for a long period of time, friends with Rogan. Like, if somebody's rich, it's him. If anybody's rich, it's him. Bear with me a second, this loads. There we go. Boom, it's coming now. It's coming. It'll probably, it's not like a high bit rate, and then it should be able to load. And then I want to skip ahead and see what he has to say about Conor McGregor. What did he say about Conor? What did he say about Conor? Where is it here? That's the intro. That's the Conor stuff here. Impact on UFC. Okay,
and
cool.
now, Brandon, Sick Boy Schaub.
Sorry about the variables. If it's blowing your ears, I apologize. I think the Conor stuff's about here, innit? Probably the Conor stuff is here. I think it's here. There we go. Conor trial. There we go. Let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear.
Sexually assaulting a woman. It's not big news here unless you're kind of a hardcore, you know what's going on.
It's not big news here. I'm sure it's big news in the States. It's big news everywhere, bro. Conor McGregor's worldwide. He's one of the biggest fucking celebrities or athletes, professional athletes in the world. Like, what do you mean it's not big news here? What?
Went on. But as far as like on mainstream media, it's not a thing here. And I've been getting so many DMs and emails like, dude, what do you think of this Conor stuff? And man, is everyone freaking out in America? I'm like, dude, when I say it's not a thing here, I mean, the public didn't get freaking privy to it till he actually got convicted of assault. And it was like a ticker on the bottom of ESPN. That's it. No deep dive on SportsCenter. It wasn't like breaking news. None of that stuff. Like I'd say 98% of America didn't even know this was going on, which is insane because over in Ireland, over in Europe, this is like mainstream paparazzi. If people are following it day by day, it's a big deal over there.
Honestly, what is he talking about? I've seen it all. I've seen it posted on some of the biggest MMA platforms on social media are posting non-stop about this. Fighters' reactions, the Dagestani lot, and what they have had to say about it. Dana White's silence on it. Like, people have spoken about it quite often. I don't know what he's talking about. Like, what? This isn't big. So what? Because it's not big news. It's not a serious crime. It doesn't matter. Like, what angle is he going with here? I'm confused.
I knew that was going on, but for the rest of, especially casuals, had no clue. Like my dad, once he saw the ticker at the bottom, was like, Conor McGregor.
Can we get to the genesis of the story? I want to hear what his point of view is regarding the allegations and regarding what's being alleged and regarding what transpired in the court and regarding the fact that I think this woman was assaulted in 2018 and she went through the whole thing for 6+ years. Come on, bro. And I think the other story that was really tragic was the one about allegedly didn't the house get burgled and someone got stabbed up and shit, and they're saying that allegedly that might be tied to Conor and his organized crime, criminal, allegedly links and shit. She was just targeted randomly for some house invasions type of nonsense. It was pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. And seeing how Conor acts when he's in the club, seeing how Larry he gets, right? Seeing how touchy-feely he is, I'm not sure why people are like surprised that he could have done that. It seems entirely likely, you know? And again, maybe it's not true, but it's not super crazy.
They were found guilty of, aggravated assault, whatever they're saying it is now. He's like, what? Are you kidding me? And I was like, you didn't know? He's like, no, what's going on? I'm like, oh, buddy, do you have time to chat? Because it's going to be a deep dive.
But it's also important to remember this is a civil case. It's not a criminal.
Yes. Yep. It's a civil case, but it's still a big deal. And we'll get into it. And
you remember Brendan before? Brendan before said lawsuits. He said he doesn't respect allegations. Put a lawsuit there. Go to court. I mean, like he doesn't like whatever. It's not true. So let's see what he has to say. Because this is a lawsuit that this woman won. Now, what do you say?
For a lot of you, not a lawyer. I don't know if you guys know this. Not a lawyer. And I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn. Not a lawyer. Didn't stay at Holiday Inn. So take this for a grain of salt. Do I have CT? Probably a splash of it. Not gonna lie to you. So I've done, tried to do my due diligence, listening to these experts that have chimed in on it. I've listened to other podcasts. Pizza Carroll has a great one where he dives in. Luke Thomas did a deep dive with a guy who was in the courthouse. There's another one, this female who has a podcast where she does like a true crime series on really in Ireland, but all over. But she deep dives on it as well.
What's your opinion? What's your opinion?
I'll say this: it's tough, right? And when you talk,
this guy is tough. Just you see how much of a coward and so much of a pussy he is when it comes to these type of things, because he wants to be edgy. He wants to be a part of like the old, like he wants to be a part of like the right wing, content creators out there. But he truly doesn't have the courage to be that person. He doesn't have the courage, doesn't have the conviction to really say some dicey shit. What he should come out and say is like, with his chest, I don't believe the allegations. I don't believe it. Conor's my guy. Women always have crazy things to say. Allegations. He's a party boy. People know what they're getting up to. Why would you go back into the room with him if you know what he was on? Like, he should just stand on his shit and say it with his chest. But he's such a pussy. He's actually really scared of being cancelled. Even though he tries to act like he's not, and he wants us, and he's always pretending, oh, people are shut up ban. He's actually very worried about being cancelled. He knows if he doesn't have the staying power or, the fan base to try and bounce back the way other people have bounced back. He just doesn't have it. I mean, he loses sponsors. It's a wrap for him. But he's actually scared of the repercussions of what might happen if he actually speaks his mind. But let's see him try to dance around it. Let's see what he says.
Talk about this stuff. It's tough, especially coming from my experience.
What's your experience?
Oh boy,
it's not your experience though. Again, isn't this guy fucking intolerable? Brian got cancelled. Crystalia got cancelled. Pretty serious allegations, but they were both directed at them. Nothing has come against this guy. Most of it is all true. No, it's not been allegations like, he gave the number to that girl. Allegedly, he sent a fucking DM to Kalila. Tried to ask Annie Liederman to suck his dick in the whip, like Addies and Baddies text, like everything that he's done is like there's proof for it. Everyone's, you know what I mean? But the Brian Callen and Crystalia things, those are just allegations, but those destroyed their careers. They had nothing to do with him. But even tries him like he's the master of making everything about himself.
It's tough because when I hear this stuff, obviously I'm gonna have a different perspective.
Different.
I have a very close friend, my best friend, who's falsely accused.
Even he's fed up with himself. Falsely confused. Nice fraudulent slip there. Falsely confused. This guy is a fucking idiot, man. Honestly, that's why I continue to stream. If this guy can do it, I can do it. If this guy can do it, I can fucking do it. Oh my god. I need to fix up my fucking equipment and appear on stream more regularly, more on time. But if this motherfucker can do it, I can. Falsely confused.
Accused of rape, and it ruined his life. Straight up. straight up. And it's a different time now, but especially back then, what you're talking about, like 5-6 years ago, the whole Me Too culture, that movement did a lot of good and got rid of some really, really.
But how do you know that's the thing you have to be careful. Like, how do you know it's false? I don't know, man. Like, how confident do you have to be with your friends to know it's false? What evidence did Brian Callen provide that lady was lying? And let's say the issue with Brian Callen is like, I don't even think that Yuri Tigerman allegation. Let me be honest. Do I think Brian raped that woman? No, I don't. To be honest, I don't. But do I believe he could do it? Yes, unfortunately. And that woman's allegation, in my opinion, wasn't even the worst one. If you read that Los Angeles Times article, the worst allegation about Brian were the ones where he tried to like kiss that girl in the American Apparel store. That sounded like something Brian would do. In the changing room, like taking off his trousers, being half naked, dancing, pulling a girl into the changing room. Like, even if she was being playful too, trying to make out with her in there while she's working, like crazy shit. That was worse. That was worse than the Tigerman shit, than the Fury Tigerman shit, which could have been real. Who knows if it's true or not? Who knows? But the fact that he's just harping on the rape allegation is like, bruh, that guy, like, what he actually, you know, like, he's been known to be a bit of a creep. We've all heard the story that Whitney Cummings shared. The Whitney Cummings story that she shared about about her picking up Brian Callen somewhere and dropping him off somewhere, like, you know, give them a lift somewhere. They both get into the car, and from what she makes it seem as, there was no prior sexual conversation. She goes to pick him up as a friend. They get into the whip. She sits down. She puts her seatbelt on. She turns to go in reverse. She looks at the passenger seat, and Brian's got his cock out. And they all laugh and joke about it. But that to me is that's not funny. That's not like cute. That's not like that's not a seductive thing to do. Like, that's really weird. Like, out of the blue, you just pull your dick out. So then when I hear stories about, oh, you may have allegedly, you know, raped your girlfriend when you were like 20 or whatever that years when they were together, that's why it can add a bit more credence to it. So Brendan's probably been a good friend by believing his friend point blank, but knowing how much of a scumbag Brian Callen is, to say that those allegations were false completely and be so confident in it just because Brian Callen said they were false is a bit weird, in my opinion.
Bad people, and thank God they're gone. But just like anything, people take advantage of that, and then they get some of the good guys. And my friend Brian Callen is one of the good.
Some of the good guys. What? Some of the good guys. Fuck off. That Aziz, is it Aziz Ansari? Aziz Ansari probably has way more of a right to be pissed off at cancel culture than anybody else. He got cancelled, and his cancellation was fucking bullshit. He got cancelled for being a weird and awkward date, for being a little bit, you know, odd. That's what he got cancelled for, which was really out of order. He hasn't really recovered ever since, to be fair. He kind of changed the trajectory of his whole career. He's kind of gone a bit like, it feels like he's not even on like TV as much, you know? And I'm not even sure if he's a good guy. I just said he just, you know, he kind of got done dirty. But Brendan to be like, Brian's one of the good guys. Really?
Good guys that suffered from this. And Brian's a fighter, and you know, he won't speak on it too much, but because it was on it. Brian doesn't speak about it too much because if he does try and speak about it, people will start asking questions and he can't answer some of the questions. That's the issue. Because in my opinion, I don't care. It does. There's no one could ever explain to me no one could ever rationalize or justify. No one could ever make me accept that it's okay to stay silent when somebody falsely accuses you of rape. I'm sorry. To just let the court let it play out, let it blow over. No. Somebody accused you of rape and you didn't do it. You have to exhaust every single option, all your resources. And Callen's rich, for fuck's sake. What's the point of having a rich dad? What's the point of you yourself being affluent or whatever
if you can't use those resources to help protect yourself and to fight against allegations like this? Why wouldn't you do it? Especially when you're rinks. Brian only made it like acting because of TFATK. Before that, he was struggling hard. TFATK takes off and suddenly he's on the Goldbergs. He's got his own spin-off show, Schooled. He's in the fucking Joker movie. Things are kind of going up and up for him. And that fucking allegation completely torpedoed his like late bloom in his career. It destroyed it. It's never going to come back again. He's, you know, like, look at Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey's probably got more talent in his fucking left pinky toe than Brian Callen does in his entire body. And even he can't make it back on the big screen. And he got found innocent. He got found innocent of the allegations that he was, you know, accused of. Groping some dudes and whatever. Like, he got found innocent in a court of law. And even he can't come back. He's on there. He's like crying on fucking Piers Morgan shows. No one gives a fuck. So maybe it's just, you know, it's just the way it is. It's over. You didn't fight. You didn't fight. You didn't defend yourself. It's over. Brian said, why didn't we fight? And you guys didn't fight.
He messed him up financially. He's a guy at 5,000 years old who has to, I'm trying to make some light here. He's a guy at 77 years old has to, I'm sorry, I'm kidding.
I'm trying to make some light here. Nah, man, this guy is too redacted, and we have to keep going back to this sort of things. I have to make some light here.
5,000 years old who has to, I'm trying to make some light here. He's a guy at 77 years old has to, I'm sorry, I'm kidding. He's a guy at 88 years old has to tour every weekend just to make ends meet. And that's not how this is supposed to go.
No. That's exactly how it's meant to go. That's exactly how it's meant to go. This shit doesn't last. Like, the entitlement that these guys have, is insane. This isn't meant to last forever. You had your time in the sun. You were associated with Rogan. Rogan gave you your careers on a fucking platinum, gold, diamond encrusted fucking plate with a free Rolex. You were given everything. Everything was handed to you in a way. Yes, they worked for some of the stuff, but the fame levels that they've achieved, they would have never been able to achieve it without Rogan's help. That wasn't going to last forever. Whether Rogan would have diminished, whether he would have moved anyway still, it was never going to last forever. They should have made the most out of it while they could and then pivoted away or tried to reinvent the show. The show's been never reinvented. It's the same stale and boring shit that it is. Yet they're still sat here expecting the gravy train to never end. Yo, it ends at some point. It does end. It's sad that it ended the way it ended for Brian or Chris because, you know, self-inflicted or no, self-inflicted. It wasn't, you know, something that they kind of did to themselves. But come on, bro. Come on. This is how it ends. Brian Callen's what, 60 years old? What do you think happens? If you're not fucking, you know, I don't know. If you're not Rogan, what do you think happens if you're that age and you're still doing comedy? Yeah, you're out here fucking traveling to you know, go to a random spot place somewhere in the middle, you know, whatever else America is, trying to figure it out. It is the way it is. That's it. Yes, that's how you earn your money to pay your bills. And again, it's his fault too, Brian Callen, because he got divorced from his first wife, remember? He got divorced from his first wife, and I need to maybe react to that video where they announced it. And they were all congratulating Brian for getting divorced for his first wife because it was like she was holding him back or something. Like, oh yeah, now you're divorced, you're going to be your own man, you're going to be able to do your own thing. And then a month later, he's like married already with a kid, you know? So it's his fault. He has to pay alimony to both, you know, essentially he has to look after both families. That's his problem. He's the one that fucked up. Don't rape, don't divorce.
The way comedy should work is a guy at his level should be able to maybe do one show a month or, you know, pick and choose when he's on the road because he's put.
Huh? A guy at his level. What's Brian's level? He should be able to do one show a month and what? Make millions of dollars. Fucking hell, man. The delusion is absolutely insane. What? The entitlement is off the scale. This is like DSP talking.
put in the work for 30 years in the clubs, in the theaters, in podcasting. He's put in all the work where at his age, he shouldn't be on the road all the time.
Work doesn't equal success. Work doesn't equal your value. Brendan's a good example of it. Brendan's terrible at what he does. He does a lot of it, but he's fucking terrible at it. Podcasting, stand-up, content creation, hosting, doing interviews. He's garbage at it, and he puts out a lot of content. Doesn't mean he should be paid a lot for the content he puts out. It's just not quality. He's lucky that he got in when he got in with podcasting and streaming and doing content, and he's also friends with Rogan. Those things helped him a lot, and now that guy is away and not there anymore, you're seeing how things are being affected. But come on, bro, this is insane, this delusion.
The time should be enjoying the fruits of his labor and raising his children and doing what he wants to do and doing spots around town, and all that was taken away from him.
Yeah, fuck him.
With a simple tweet.
Fuck him.
No evidence.
Fuck him.
Zero evidence. No trial, nothing.
What's he?
Just boom.
Okay, but okay.
Hearsay. She said, he said. I know the detail.
Okay, but what's his evidence that he didn't do it? What's Brian's evidence he didn't do it? Please, someone tell me.
It's not my it's not my, job to speak on it, nor do I have that authority. That's Brian's thing. I know the exact detail.
It's not my job to speak on it. You should say I don't want to speak on it because it's my friend. But it's not. This guy, man.
And it's awful what happened to him. Awful. Ruined his life. Brian does his best, and he does the show. So if you want to support Brian, buy a ticket to a show. Buy a ticket to a show. Watch his podcast.
Fucking hell. Is Brian really struggling out here financially? Like for real, for real. The way he's talking about it is like Brian's on like the brink. If he gets cancelled again, it might be a wrap. What the fuck is going on here? Also, as a friend, don't talk about me like this in public. Let me do my pity streams, but don't you go on your streams and start talking about me like I'm a charity case. I don't want that. No. That's not that. You're not being a good friend. Maybe your intentions are good, but the way it's been delivered is horrendous. Horrendous. Atrocious. Atrocious. Atrocious.
Podcast. That's all you can really do. But it ruined his life, man. Off nothing. So, that being said, I'm obviously...
Hold on. So, hold on. Let me get his logic here. His friend Brian Callen was cancelled, he says, off of an allegation with no evidence. There was no trial, no nothing. Cool. Let's take him at face value. All right. So how does this compare to Conor McGregor's court or Conor McGregor's case, where he's got accused of what he got accused of, a civil case, and he was found guilty, effectively, of raping somebody? How does that compare? If one person went to court, yes, it's civil, but he still went to court, and a jury of his peers judged him to be guilty. What does that say? How does that compare to Brian Callen?
So you can have a different perspective on this stuff, where when I hear this stuff, I go, I need to hear more. I think most people go, oh my God, Conor's a piece of shit. I knew it. This guy raped this girl. This is terrible.
Most people, I'm the smart one. Most people do this. I'm the smart one. Oh, I love this, man. I wish I could think of myself as highly as Brennan thinks of himself, man.
Because of my experience, I go, I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
I don't believe it.
Same.
I don't believe it. And this is the problem. This is the problem where.
So now, hold on. You see how much of a pussy he is? I don't believe it. And instead of just standing on it, he's now going to try and say the reason why he doesn't believe it is because of all the false allegations. So in a way, he's going to blame women who falsely accuse people of rape, which doesn't happen as often as he tries to make it seem as. It does happen, but not as often as he's trying to make it seem as. He's going to try and blame the women who file false allegations about prominent men and then they cause people like him, who are naturally conspiracy laden or whatever, especially because he thinks it's a form of intelligence, to now be questioning things. You should question everything anyway. Just because you're questioning things doesn't mean you're fucking insightful and you're fucking gifted and shit. You know, most rational, well-adjusted humans kind of can question most things. But this guy comparing it to I don't know, this is hurting my brain, bro. This is hurting my brain with how fucking redacted this is.
So many women and men took advantage of this whole cancel culture and this victim mentality and all this stuff, where now they've hurt actual victims, and it's such a shame because there's real victims out there, and this is not this.
Hold on, you don't believe her, and you don't accept a guilty verdict because of all the false allegations, but you've not actually read about the case. It'd be better if you just went on and said, look, I read the case, I looked into the case, I read all the detail, I'm privy to all the details, I read around all the other stories, and I've come to the conclusion that he didn't do it. Cool. But just saying he didn't do it because your friend went through something similar, and because in his head many people will get accused. Okay.
This is actually going to help that stuff, but a lot of this reason and the backlash she's getting is why people don't come forward. And now with all these, fake stories and stuff like that, it's on the consumer to figure out.
Where are the fake stories though? Where are all of these fake stories? He keeps saying look at the screen grab. He keeps saying all the fake stories. Where are all the fake stories? That's what I want him to point out. Who are the people that have had all of the fake stories? Where are they? I bet he's less than 5 people. All the fake stories.
And form your own opinion. Don't listen to certain journalists or MMA experts or personalities who despise Conor McGregor. They're going to be biased, and they can paint a picture that's probably going to convince you otherwise.
Hasn't Conor been on a bit of a crash out these last few years? That's kind of sullied his own reputation. He's done it to himself. He hasn't really gone out of his way to be likable, really. He's kind of just living his rock star life, but this is what comes of it. It's been a long and steady crash out ever since the loss to Khabib Nurmagomedov, and this is the culmination of it. I think, even if I'm not mistaken, don't they say the actual rape itself happened after that fight anyway? That's what they say, right? It happened straight after or something like that. So, people can't judge people based on their previous actions or how they're currently behaving. People also can't read too much into allegations. People then also can't accept court verdicts, witness statements. We can't accept anything, like length of time that she was involved in this case and didn't settle. The story that I said previously, that someone kind of tried to fucking house invade her and shit, and somebody got stabbed, and they link it to Conor and his organized crime allegedly connections. All that stuff doesn't matter, right? Just a feeling you get because your friend got cancelled and you feel bad.
So we can get into it, but I just want you guys to know where I'm coming from. I'm going to have a very different perspective because one of my closest friends, my brother, has gone through, not to this degree, but it took everything from him.
Rightfully so. Because you're a piece of shit,
so that's a perspective I'm coming from. That being said, this is so complicated. I've been following pretty closely. It's pretty complicated. Meaning, I can paint a narrative for you guys that will make you believe that Conor's completely innocent. I can do that pretty easily. I can also paint a picture where the accuser is completely correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
All right.
Pretty easily too.
What?
Pretty easily too. That's the problem with this.
What?
That's the problem with this. We can start with Conor. So, a lot of it's tough because
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, man. What? I could paint a narrative where somebody's telling the truth and somebody's like, what? So what is he actually saying? Do you believe Conor? Do you believe the girl? What? such a pussy, can't stand on anything. This is why the right wing grifter is never going to work for him, because he doesn't have any clear point of views or opinions. He listens to everybody else what they have to say, and now he's regurgitating what they're going to say, but he doesn't know what to say. Okay.
It's Conor McGregor, right? So
yeah, and
when I give you all the evidence and I give you all the stuff that he's being accused of,
the evidence, as if no one else.
I want you to do. I'm going to paint the pro-Conor argument first, and then we can go to the accuser. When I tell you all this stuff, what I want you to do is, in the back of your mind, think, if this wasn't Conor McGregor, would this have any sort of validation? If it wasn't the most famous mixed martial artist of all time.
What kind of stipulation is that? If the person wasn't famous, well, that's the point. They are famous. What? And surely you would want famous people to be held accountable for things that they do wrong, right? Surely you want them to be held accountable. Surely you want them to be held accountable. You wouldn't just want there to be one rule or one law for regular people, regular civilians, right? Regular fucking, what do you call it? Cheeto dust eating people and shit. You want the rules to apply to everybody across the board. The rule of law to apply to everybody across the board. Maybe.
If he wasn't the biggest name in UFC history, are you believing any of it? If this was Joe Schmo that had no fame, no money, and I presented this case to you, what would you say? You'd be like, what the fuck? But because there's a lot of baggage with Conor McGregor.
But what's the case? What's the case? Present the case, you fucking mongoloid. What's the case? He keeps fucking priming this thing. Present the case, please. Present the case on your. I want to hear him try and defend this. Please present it.
Easy for the naysayers, the people that dislike him, or even if you are a fan, which I am, when you hear some of the stuff, you're like, oh my God, yeah. Especially, and then you can connect the dots and go, oh yeah, dude, finally they got him. You can do that. But if you didn't have the context of the level of fame Conor is at, this one's tough. This one's tough. So we can talk about Conor's perspective here is, this is what, 2018? So he goes out, it's not out in the town, right? He gets texts and pictures from this woman who's accusing him of these acts. I'm talking pretty sexual pictures, pretty, sexting, stuff like that. She does have a boyfriend and she does have a child. So there's that, right? And then they go out. The other thing that makes this tough is this isn't, and this is where you're just like, Jesus Christ, Conor is a party animal. This isn't like one night. This is a 2 to 3 day bender on cocaine and alcohol. I mean, 3 days? 2-3 days is insane. I've never done coke, so I guess you just go all night. I don't know how it works, but I guess that's what you do.
Could you imagine Brendan on coke? Look, I probably thinking about it now. Do you know how bad he is already on Adderall? Could you imagine this guy on coke? How bad it would get? How bad it would get? He'd be buying 8 balls every day. He'd be going fucking insane. Could you imagine him on coke?
On coke. Chin's done it. So,
well, you stay awake forever. Yeah, that's what happens.
I guess you stay awake forever, and it's not good. So I guess Conor and his this other gentleman are in a hotel room, and the victim is there. The potential victim is there, and there's other people there, and they're partying. They're doing a thing into the wee hours of the morning. This even goes into like 10 a.m. When they're getting the times like 10 a.m. How are they not going home? So apparently they're partying, they're doing their thing, and her claim is then Conor forcibly held her down and had his way with her.
Choked her.
Mm. She said he whispered in her ear, "Now you know how I feel when I tap 3 times."
That was so weird. Yeah.
That probably never happened.
Yes.
That probably never happened, but it helps paint the narrative, right? During all this, she's texting her boyfriend, lying to her boyfriend, where her whereabouts, who she's with. She didn't mention Conor or anything like that. The biggest evidence for Conor would be that's pro-Conor would be there's CCTV, so in the hotel, that shows her after the time when she said she was, assaulted, that she is hugging Conor, kissing Conor, taking drinks, convincing other people leaving the party to stay and party more. Apparently she saw some therapist that said, no, it's just a delayed reaction and that's PTSD. That's tough for me to believe. I'm not an expert in this stuff, but when I
wish he was more famous, man. I wish he was more famous because this point of view is fucking insane. I wish he was more famous. I wish he was more famous because no one's gonna give a fuck. No one's gonna care. People like me care and Uniques and stuff and Comedy Enforcement and TMOS and shit. Like no one really cares outside of people like us that are in the Bappaverse. But I wish he was days like this, streams like this, videos like this. I wish this guy was more famous because what he's saying now is utterly insane. Not believing that people that get abused could maybe, have a way to kind of block all the abuse out and try to make the situation kind of easy by being a little bit more, compliant and not maybe being as combative as maybe he would want them to be, or not crying and being hysterical so they can kind of get out of the situation, or that PTSD exists. Like, what? You don't believe PTSD exists? Don't you have family aren't you from like an army family, allegedly? Right? Is that what he always says? Is it, didn't all your people in your family serve? You don't believe in PTSD? PTSD doesn't exist then? Okay.
hear that, I'm like, because she's saying, well, oh, I don't remember any of that. I know. So when it's showing actual evidence that hurts her claim, she goes, I don't remember any of that. I was just scared for my life. Really? That's where I'm like, man, what's going on here? What is going on here? And then another gentleman, Conor McGregor.
In Brendan's brain, rape only works if somebody covers your mouth, drags you into a dark alley, and then does the deed. Rape can't exist in any other way. He probably the person doesn't believe like a husband can rape their wife or boyfriend can rape their girlfriend. He doesn't believe in all that type of shit. If rape has to happen in that kind of stereotypical violent way, it can't happen anywhere. It can't happen as a coercion. It can't happen in a quote unquote safe environment. It has to happen in that sort of like sinister, dark, evil way, That's the only way it's legitimate. And even then, he needs video proof.
One of his
James Lawrence,
who's his best friend, who was found innocent, he said he slept with her twice. After that. Yep. She originally says, I never slept with him. And then she tries to sue him, or she tries to press charges for rape. So originally she said, nope, I'm not interested in him, didn't like him, never slept with him. And then she pressed charges for rape. Yeah. So it's dicey. It's dicey. All that's dicey. And then, but then also with James is...
Conor McGregor would never do this in any facet. He fought Floyd in Masson Square Garden B. He's beast of a businessman. Great guy, never met him. This narrative is a beast though, waddle siagat chin?
I love how you spelling his name as well. Conor McGregor, Calma. That chauvinism is so good. Calma. Big up his disease.
He said he used a condom, so there's no DNA.
Jesus Christ, condom.
He said he used a condom, so there's no DNA. So that
is he thinking about Cosmopolitan? Why is he mush mouthing condom? Was he thinking about drinking a Cosmopolitan? Condom. What?
He said he used a condom, so there's no DNA. So that's tough. And then she was also on her period, right?
The tampon inside.
A tampon inside. So all that stuff. Also, that's Conor's best friend. So he was found innocent. They didn't press any assault charges, no rape charges against him. He was found innocent. The victim, the alleged victim's friend who was next door, who's a good friend of hers, said she never heard any struggling, none of this stuff. Spoke to her after this. There was no issues. So it's tough, man. This is also 6 years ago.
So?
Apparently,
what?
Some of the other stuff is like, we've been hearing about this for a while, right? There's been rumblings for a while, and then finally it came to light. Let's take a little break.
Anyway, I gotta go. It's bedtime and I'm just guys do my night anyway. Work tomorrow. Probably not get enough hours of sleep. But hey, we make it happen. We make it work. Back again tomorrow. We'll continue on with this. There'll be a TFATK episode as well to go through. I'll save you guys the bother and I'll go through the episode myself and get some clips and we'll react to that. But we'll finish this and we'll react to the TFATK tomorrow episode. We'll be back. Everything should be fine and working dandy. There should be no glitches and shit. I'll make sure to keep the tabs to a minimum and everything should be working very, very well. Please bear with me. But thank you for joining me. Appreciate all of you. Make sure you like the stream down below. Don't be lame. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel as well. Help me get up to 1,000. That'll be nice. Get me up to 1,000. That'll be lovely. Help a boy out. And yeah, man, appreciate all of you. Like, subscribe. And I'll see all you guys again tomorrow. We're streaming all week this week, so I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Peace. Hang in there. I'll be back. Peace.